Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody's having a great night. Hey, Daniel Barry. Hey, Scott. Hey, Mr. Green Thumb.
I'd like to take the time to just kind of get an India in a moment of silence for the 30,000 plus people relocated, displaced due to the wildfires, their livelihoods, everything they've ever owned, the anxiety driven in them. It's it's a real big thing out here, and we just gotta reflect on that for a moment. I think, please, if you will.
Okay, I'll put a song on for us while we do this. Just a minute of silence. Give me a second. Music. Oh, I got the last post. Should I play the last post?
Thank you,
There you go.
Chris.
You're welcome. Yes, we are late, Alex. We had some stuff that held us back. We had one of our guests that had personal issues. So this is why we are late. We had other issues also. But it's fucking weird. I can't even share my live. I can't share my live. It won't let me share it at all. That's fucking weird. It won't even let me. It won't even let me put it public.
Wow, they're on to us.
Yeah, they're onto us. Yeah.
The concerned peoples of Canada, they don't want our concerns being viewed. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because I can't even do fuck all on my end on my Facebook.
Really? I still
Yeah.
can't get on my Facebook, but you told me I need to get on a computer or a laptop there.
Yeah. Yeah. So see, it sent through all the YouTube and Rumble, but not Facebook. Something's going on with
Yeah,
fucking Facebook. Fucking
suck
Facebook.
Zuckbook.
Zuckerbuck.
Zuckerbuck.
Sucker. Suck a duck. Suck a duck.
Suck a duck. No, screw, kangaroo, finger. No, what is it? Oops. Fuck a duck, screw a kangaroo, finger and bang an orangutan, support your local zoo. Oh, in this case, the carny.
The Carney Show.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that's a good one.
So, I just want to touch base on a little bit about what we're doing with this show. There's a lot of people out there that are, you know, alone in their struggles, alone in their battle of their minds. We're trying to, I guess, exfoliate the fact that you're not alone.
I just shit. Perfect. Thanks, Mr. Grantham. Go ahead.
We're all dealing with these issues on different levels. Different people have different outputs of dealing with their emotions. We're dealing with a lot of struggles, a lot of trials and tribulations. Um, there's there's no reason why you should be dealing with this alone. This is mental health awareness month. It is Veterans Month.
I got
And
something to add after.
yeah, we're not alone dealing with our struggles, and I'd like to hear concerns. I want to hear how you're dealing with it. It's a struggle. I understand. It's something that we're all battling with, but we don't have to do it alone. We're here for each other. We're not Dr. Phil. We're not psychiatrists on any measure. Dr. Phil is not a psychiatrist, by the way. He's just a mogul.
All right.
You understand the basis. Like, if he can do it, then maybe we can bring Canada together again with our concerns. You're not alone.
No one's alone, man.
Mm,
Nobody's alone. Nobody's alone. And don't forget that, guys. Nobody's alone. Hey, and also, guys, please, we have our YouTube channel. So if you guys can fucking go up there, it's the same name that we have. You guys can go sub to that. But also, talking about Veterans and Men's Awareness Month, in Sturgeon here, they wanted to take down the fucking Canadian flag that we have flying in Minnehaha Bay and replace it with the gay pride flag.
That's not a country, and if it is, they got a bunch of ugly people.
But even then, like, there's so much animosity from people saying that. There's like, it's not gonna happen. We're not gonna take down our country flag to replace it with a fucking gay flag or gay pride flag.
So I kind of want to touch base on that because I was wanting to do a video. I got a school out behind me. It's a Nicole French immersion school,
Mhm.
and they have two flagpoles.
Yep.
One the Canadian flag, and the other one the Saskatchewan flag. They've been
Mhm.
at half mast since June 1st.
Oh, but is that because of the fires?
It could
Bec-
be.
because usually, if it would be something, uh, like let's say if it would be the king, the queen, or whatever that would pass away, or even a soldier or whatever, all the OPP stations or across in Canada, they will go half mass.
But we're not a product of the crown. We're a country of sovereign independence, which kind of. Eh. I did send Kitty a link to the live stream here. She just sent me a message. I didn't catch it quick enough, but I hope she comes onto the show.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, I did too. Yeah,
No,
I
she
sent her.
says I'm so sorry. She can't make it to the show. I'm sorry. It seems as of late I've been praying a lot for a lot of people. A lot of people are struggling in their different reasons in their lives. It's really unbalancing, I guess you'd say. We shouldn't be dealing with a lot of the things we're dealing with, but because of the way the country's going, it's getting harder and harder to keep a equilibrium, a desire to stay strong. They've been planning this for a long time, and it's it's do or die, I guess, truth or dare. You remember playing truth and dare as a kid? It ain't the same now as an adult, I'll tell you that.
It's true. It's true. Yep. No.
I got to bring my glasses, man. I keep forgetting them on my work tray. I can't read all the comments. Can we get them in bolder letters?
Okay, so Scott just posted our link to say Facebook. I mean to
Thank you.
YouTube, and then he said I'll be up in a few. Mr. Green Thumb said I just shared it on Facebook, and then I had commented, "Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen." And then Green Thumb said, "You guys are late." That's the beginning of the show.
I'm sorry we're late. Tell that to TTC when you're sitting at the bus stop for 45 minutes and minus 30 degrees. Not the same.
Oh shit, that's a good one. Oh fuck.
You ever been in rush hour in Calgary? It lasts only like an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and 45 now because of the 817,000 that got brought in.
Yeah.
Like, it takes me 7 minutes to drive to work in the morning. It takes me 45 minutes to drive home after work.
That doesn't even make sense. Well, it does, but it doesn't.
That's why I like to stay a half hour later. I get home quicker. You wouldn't
Yep.
know that. You live in Sturgeon Falls.
It's
Your
too
rush
fucking.
hour consists of like the long line up into Tim Hortons.
That's that's early in the morning. That's it. Fuck.
A&W on the way home.
Fuck. That's weird. Huh. They're censoring us hardcore. Screw you, Facebook. Screw you, Zuckerberg. I thought you were nice.
Yeah. Welcome to Canada.
Canada?
Canada. I don't
We're
even, it's
50.
like Bangladesh now.
Or Can India? Can India?
Yeah, I like that one. There you go, Perry Tong, man. Throw that on your
Can
band.
Can India.
Canadian. Yeah,
Can
yeah, we
India.
got it. We got it.
Can India. There you
Canadian.
go. That's just our new name, guys, for Canada. Can India?
Or can we do anything else but Canada?
Oh well. Well, again, like we were talking about the other day, they sent our fucking water bombers out to
Ukraine.
Ukraine, and now we're fucked. Northern Ontario is fucking burning. They're evacuating reserves up in Northern Ontario. They're evacuating reserves in Saskatchewan. They're probably evacuating reserves in Manitoba. They want everybody in the cities.
It's the only way to break treaties is to force them out.
Yep. hmm And then they can invade their lands and take, like you were saying, up in Saskatchewan or in Ontario. They want the lithium.
It's wide across Canada, lithium deposits. It is a money hungry thing. It's kind of like blood diamonds in Africa. It's a
So
precious metal.
hmm,
You know, all the burial plots and reservations, they're sacred grounds. They're all going to be dug up. They're all going to be disposed of. And this is something that's supposed to be hush hush. I know what's
oh.
can on understanding. I'm talking with the natives, the evacuees, and it just so much freaking sense. They just watched a video. I posted it clear across all my groups today, and it was about a dude that was in central BC. I can't remember the name of the town, but he drove by and had to, do a U-turn and do a video on it. And there's 3 banners out front talking about, you know, it's good to be alone, wear your mask, blah, blah, blah. And then it's got this huge facility, like a detention center that they're building.
Huh.
FEMA camps. That's what we called them during COVID. And they were being built and they're still being built and they're almost to operational status now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where?
It's in BC and like right in the center of BC. Rick, I can't remember the name of the town. Vanderhoff or something like that. But there was one out in uh, Portage La Prairie in Manitoba. They had a big FEMA camp that was being built there during COVID. I drove by it. I documented it. I haven't been by there lately, but I can imagine that it's probably almost at operating standards.
Huh.
So,
Okay. Wow.
if you're not up to date, at least I know I'll be housed with a bunch of like-minded individuals.
Right? We'll be all in there together.
Mm-hmm. We can all work on a plan to get out together. So I got a couple concerns I'd like to talk about.
What's that?
I've been seeing a lot of videos lately of young people just getting out of school, trying to find jobs,
Yep.
and they're not having any luck at all. The fast food industry, the coffee shops, Walmart, the entry level positions for minimum wage for students to come out and get a taste of the real world, to get a taste of the workforce, to understand how things work. Now you need to speak certain languages to be able to get those positions.
Yep.
And it's hard for these kids because, they're driven. They got good parenting. They're adapt to their learning. They want to continue doing what they've been programmed to do, and they can't even get a job. And then a lot of people sit there and say it's like, oh my goodness, they're lazy, they don't want to get off their ass and do something. Well, then it's a thin line that we're on top of trying to cross. So the downfall of everything is the geographic relocation of the world. And I don't want to get too involved with this right now. It's the demographics. And I read a book back in 2004 called America Alone by Mark Stein. And this book the introduction was about 17 pages. And it was talking about the birth rate per capita per country. Whereas, like your typical American family, they're just having half to 1.5 children. They'd rather have babies that are dogs or cats and call them family. Whereas you got other nationalities, other races, they're 7 to 12 children. Like I remember my grandparents, dude, they had 7 kids. And grandpa worked the job. Grandma stayed home, took care of the kids. That's why I have good uncles and aunts.
My
Nowadays, they
grandma,
want both
Mhm.
parties to work. They want two classifications of income tax in the household. Women's rights was a big thing to, embody women's empowerment, to go out and do something so that they can tax them more.
my grandmother had 10
Exactly,
kids.
right? And where are
And
we
then
at?
and then and then the last kids that she had were twins. So my mom's a twin. She has a twin brother. You could tell they're twins though in a way because they're not identical, but when you see them two, you can just tell they're twins. Except one's skinnier and one's like more plump.
Hmm.
Yes.
Well, we've been depopulated in that section of life, I noticed. I'm the
Mhm.
only one with the kids on my side of my family.
What you mean? You
My
mean
sister can't have kids, I don't think. My brother's not having kids either. So
Really?
it went from like 10 to 7, dropped right down to 3 to 1. within our generation, right? That's crazy. Some people can't even have kids right now. Like,
Yeah, like
it's crazy.
my brother, he can't, like, I don't think he's ever gonna have kids either. And I only had one pregnancy, and then the rest of them were all miscarriages.
Yeah.
So like I
Wow.
can't have it.
And I even speculate that being the 28 jabbies they give you right at birth, right?
Oh yeah, I could do it.
But
Oh,
could it be like, could it be the foods? Could it be the appeal that Bill Gates brought out? Can it be the chemtrails that are falling from the skies?
exactly.
The combination of everything. It's like witchcraft in a bowl, in a big ass bowl, right? It's just mixing all these bad things in all directions of life, right? So you're getting it from the air, the water, the food, you know. So, and then they're
I had
literally
a,
forcing it into you.
I had a message from somebody that I know and I hold very dearly. I'm not going to say any names because that's not what our show's about.
Mhm.
But the concerns that were spilt to me was, did the jibby jabby thing make people crazy? And I can't speak on that per se, but I do know that the chemtrails, the poisoning of our foods, the poisoning of our waterways, the mercury in our fish, the 5G towers, everything is connected. Everything has a connection to fucking with us.
Mhm.
And so, does the jibby jibby freaking cause you to go crazy? Well, maybe if you add 5 and you feel the injuries on it, then it might make your brain go a little, plus the struggle, like trying to put food on your table, like 62-year-old men providing for a
Yeah.
family their whole life are now having a struggle putting food on the table.
Which, yeah.
First time in their life. And they've been here for what? Since the 50s? When you could buy a house for $16,000? Your mortgage was $12 a month?
Fucked up, man. Like that's
There's some stuff in here.
lots of me needs to be knowledge, right? To see what's happening in all directions of life, right? It's not just the corporate system. It's the whole circle around that these guys been all over the planet, right? And that was their goal way before we were born.
Yeah, it's a 100-year plan that they put down when the Rockefellers bought the pharmaceutical industry.
Yeah. And
Fuck.
They said,
they're
hey,
letting a lot of
petroleum works well with pharmaceuticals. So we're
Sure.
gonna bump the petroleum game. Right? So now, they had the prohibition of alcohol because they were making moonshine and they were running their cars on moonshine. So let's get rid of that altogether so we can control that industry, because we don't want people powering their cars with stuff that they can make in their backyards.
Why the fuck would we want that?
no, they want control, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, power.
Without control, they got no power.
And now they want electric vehicles, so they're burning up reservations so they can erase treaties by forcing them into city centers, giving them $30,000 in cows and plows so they can go kill themselves. Yeah, dude, I'm seeing it firsthand. They're ripping the spirit away from the people by creating chaos and destruction.
And fear. Yeah. That's how
Fear
they
is the
want it.
tool. Fear is the tool that drives us to the insanity part.
Yep, and there's different kinds of fear too, right? There's different forms of it. There's
Yeah.
anger fear too as well, right? Where you're just holding hate towards it, but then at the end, it is a fear because it's anger. It's just a different form of it. That's why you got a lot of ignorant people in this world, a lot of angry, ignorant people that just don't care. So they become careless and heartless and having no compassion for the circle of life. So where they don't got no compassion for that circle of life is being literally destroyed right before our eyes. That's why we're seeing animals die off, right? We're seeing a lot of the insects, the plant life, the you know, it's just disappearing. and it's struggling to be reborn again, as in regrow. Because there used to be seasons, right? Like there's a 4 seasons, there's a pattern, there's a smooth cycle of life. That's what was used to be going on hundreds of years ago. Now that cycle of life is becoming so jagged, up and down all over the place, just like how the animals, nature, the plants, the trees, and even the human race. So now you got people are just not consciously not connected to that circle of life. So they're losing their true being, as in to take care of the planet and the circle of life and themselves, right? And it's being ripped out of them. So now they're becoming more hatred and more ignorant to what's happening today, where they just don't care no more.
Which brings us into the riots in LA right now.
So that's
With
just showing you, yeah. That's just, that's a
hundreds
little
of
off
thousands of
topic.
people protesting the deportation of hundreds of people that were illegally brought into the country. And now
Yeah,
these,
they get mad about that, but they don't get mad about the lockdown. They get shut down and all that. What happened in 2020, but now they're back at it again.
Mhm.
I tried to see both sides, right? But the minds that I see there are masked. A lot of them are still masked up, and they're just running around causing problems. That's not a solution. You don't do that. When people are not happy on their homeland and it's time to go for some people, they're going to get upset. We know that. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
There's no need to televise it. There's no need to show the whole world what's happening. What they're doing right now is completely ridiculous. You don't
So
do
when,
that. You want a better world. Yeah, you want a better world, but you just don't put that bad energy out there. You literally shut it off and stop exposing it and realize that, wait a second, we got to step back and say, is this what we need the kids to look at? They realize that we're losing our minds and we're not connected to life no more. We're like, that's I'm 50-50 on that. I don't know.
yeah, but it's
Crazy.
those kids that they're dealing, like, it's the kids that are hearing this and the ones that are being locked down. They're the ones turning to alternate medications, which are what we call drugs. The isolation, the in between of everything, the fighting, the uncertainty, the anxiety, bro. I can talk about anxiety all night long, but those are things that are driving our youth, our brothers and our sisters to addiction, and it's not a good freaking thing, dude. Uh, People are hurting and they don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, it's
Do really they either turn into something that they're not. Like it's a whole different kind of process of how certain people would deal with certain things of certain situations. Let's just say you have a really painful past. It's either you gotta move on from it or you're gonna go downhill, which you're just gonna drown yourself with a bunch of stuff that you're not supposed to be putting in your body, just so they
Well,
don't have to feel that pain and to make themselves feel loved, which is
mhm. Yep. It's yeah.
no, that's the woman speaking up, right? That's crazy, but they're more in line with the Mother Earth and the human race more than what we are actually. I was
We're
raised by
just there
women
to
around my
provide.
life since birth.
Yep.
Well, this is why we're trying to get a woman on our show, right? For her to speak her concerns and actually, because we all come from, right?
Yeah, we need to understand, especially us men.
Hmm.
That's very important. As
thank
in,
you.
oh, that's what we're here for, is to
Because a lot of men
give
don't
you guys
think
power, because you women need the power to speak up. And right now, in this day of age, right now, women are so indoctrinated and so confused and distracted by television and its programming. They're not going to take a stand for the human race no more, because it's the easier way just to go and be indoctrinated and watch all what's happening today, what the mainstream news is putting at. That's the simple way out.
It's either that or
Because you're being fed it right to your face, and that's like just like wham, wham, wham. But there are women out there that acknowledge that see it and completely close it out. Like my mother is exactly like that, but she's on a different level, as in like she's angry, she's pissed.
Oh yeah, most of the old people that are know what the fuck's going on, they're not fucking happy and they're mad.
Oh no. And
Like,
my mother takes care of my disabled brother, right? He has CP, born where he couldn't walk or talk.
and plus she has lupus.
thanks, Mr. Greentham.
And she has lupus. So my mom is on a different level of life, as in like energy. Like I learned a lot from her. If it wasn't for my mother, I wouldn't be here today. That's a big thing. You know what I mean? But that's just understanding the strong and the strength of the woman of the world, right? Because it's not just my mother. It's all the women around the world. You know what I
Yep.
mean? There's a lot like my mother as well, as I met throughout my life too, and which is beautiful. But I know that's the strength of these women will have better choices than what we're making today, as in men.
Well, this is what it is. It's the old-fashioned woman
Yeah.
that make the world go round. It's not
So
these new age women with their womanized singers is blah blah blah.
this wet ass pussy shit.
Go ahead. Yep.
Oh man, ridiculous.
So when
Uh,
when I was
Chris,
being
please.
in the born process, I just found this out recently. The whole family was behind my grandparents and they convinced my mom to have an abortion. And when it got down to, I believe I was about 7 months in my mom's belly at the time, and my mom was to sign the papers to have me aborted, my mom said no. She said, I'm going to take this responsibility on. This is from a 17-year-old woman in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
And I never knew this up until about 4 or 5 months ago when it was brought to my attention. But as a child growing up, the family was there, but they were not there.
Yeah.
No, I can't say distant. Like, I remember a lot of good memories. I remember a lot of, there's trials and tribulations, there was ups and downs. But as I got older and they threw me in the Children's Aid Society, they threw me as a product of society into this this like mind camp. Or I don't know if I could say that. It's, I felt that they didn't want me around because of how my mom got impregnated, how my mom lived her life at the time. You know, she changed her life around. She's a better person, blah, blah, blah. You know, but I never had that support from my family because they were all on the same path that I was supposed to be aborted.
Fuck, eh?
So do that. But you're here today, and you're here to fight the love of humanity and a better life for our future generations, which is amazing.
It was
We need people like you. So
I'm not going to stop. I won't give up. We all have a voice. We're all a little piece to the puzzle, bro. We all have a quality.
We're the most multicultural resistance in the world right now because of Canada. And I'm talking about all races and backgrounds and everything, because I'm seeing it even myself. I look out to the native culture, the Aboriginal way, the Black community way, and I'm even looking at the white culture way as well, right? Because of all those mistakes and learning, you put it all together in one circle and relive it again and relearn. Because as a human race, we make mistakes. We live and
Why
learn,
didn't you listen to me about that?
and then we build from that to empower our future generations. You know what I mean? And right now we're learning from that. But right now we realizing that we got some monster people that are controlling the world that just like to hide away and use this AI system as in for their benefit, which is now we're at war. And it's a psychological warfare, but how we're gonna get around it.
We were just talking about that, Chris.
Yeah. It's going to be hard. It's going to be it's another school. It's another schooling education to realize and teach people what's happening today. It's just truth itself, and from right from wrong, and to learn from it to better ourselves deeply, and then to raise the youth to be aware what's happening today, because right now they're not being aware. They're being indoctrinated by the education system, which is okay. Some of the school they're teaching with the math equations and learning your shapes and your colors. I agree to that. That's somewhat needed. But then
But
when you get
they
older,
don't teach you about that. They don't teach you about growing vegetation. They don't teach you about the real things that you need to know after school. I keep telling people, after you're done school, you got to unlearn everything and relearn life.
Yep.
yes,
And this
Yep.
is a big thing. It's the indoctrination. Okay, I get it. The school's there for a purpose, but when it's full of people that are indoctrinating types, like the Rockefellers introduced the education system to their liking, and it's been a format since, we know that we are being set up for failure.
Yep.
exactly. Exactly, and that's why we lose a lot of people to suicides too, because the people we grew up with around our generation can't handle it no more because they were taught different in school. To be this, to be that, get a job, get work, and go out that. Which is, I understand, we got to survive. But some people put themselves in debt so much and that they couldn't handle it no more, and decided to go on a drug overdose, and then got and took fentanyl, and ended up drinking their lives away. You know what I mean?
Or stole
Poisoning
a
themselves,
firearm from a family
alcohol, which
member. Yep. I've
so
seen a lot of stuff in the
we lost a
towing
lot of people
industry
that.
there.
We lost a lot of people we grew up with just because of that, and
Yep.
that's because becoming unaware of what's happening today, as in they can't handle the truth, and so they avoid it. They turn their cheek the other way constantly, all the time, looking at people like you and I, and ignoring us, and hating us, and just walking away from us, because that's what's happening today. They don't want to hear the truth. It's easier for them just to walk away from us and to ignore us, and that's what I've been experiencing in the last 15 years of my life. Is people
Agreed.
don't want to hear it no more. They just look at me with deer headlights and just say, "Oh, we'll see you later." I'm like, "You're not my friend." I'm like, "Well, that's cool." But that there bettered my life though. That kept me out of trouble, and it kept those the hotheads out of my life. So now they can't hang no more because I'm speaking that truth, and they don't like it, so they run away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So now I don't track those people no more. That's amazing. Now I track the people that are awake to the what's happening today, and that's amazing. That right there is a good blessing for me, because that made my life better. Is to track like-minded people and to have good positive conversations,
Yep.
Yep.
and that's what keeps it going. You know what I mean? And the awareness, and it grows compassion in your heart. You know what I mean? As in
I
realizing,
was
well, we're not alone,
just going to
man. We're,
say
we're gonna
that.
make it. Yeah. So
Yes.
it's not over yet. And even when we pass away into the other life, it's still not over, because we're still leaving energy here. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
There's
Your
still a
voice is like,
presence of our existence.
yeah, your voice sticks into memory. You know what I mean? We are human beings. We got memory for a reason. We remember things from the good or the bad, and it's us to acknowledge that, to make a change and to build from that.
To be a better person than what you were yesterday. That's what it is. It's all about growing for the soul to experience different life
Yep.
experiences. That that is wait, no, that did not make any sense. But you get what I mean.
You need to speak up when you talk. Can you guys hear her? Can you guys hear
Yeah.
her? Like, she's quiet, man. She is quiet,
That's
but she
Yep.
has her
coming out.
headphones on. She has headphones on too while she's talking.
No, it's connected to my PlayStation.
And she's doing laundry.
Typical woman.
Multitasking, like, and then watching her game on her PlayStation PS2 PSP thing. So she's like doing three different things, and then listening to our conversation on top of it. So that's like four.
That's typical woman.
I like to eat strong. Like,
And I'm here just getting high and listening and then just vibing out. So, no. But again, it's to progress your life to doing good. It's to sit in silence. It's like when I seen you guys do that, a couple minutes for the beginning of the video. That's amazing, because we are sitting in silence, acknowledging our well-being. That's the first step to healing. That's the first step to realize what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. You know what
And
I
a lot
mean?
of
It's
oh, go ahead.
to sit in silence. It's like key, like meditation, doing like that yoga or whatever, but not getting all that funky stuff. But there's different types of like just doing your stretches. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Exercise.
Even
You
just
know,
breathing exercises, man. Just like you said, just breathing deeply will help you meditate and bring your self conscience up. And yeah,
I just did that watering the grass.
and it's true though, because we do breathe, and it's like a sigh of relief when we do it. Hey, Latoya. Hey, I got your name right this time.
yes, Latoya.
But yeah, I've been realizing too that a lot of people are can't sit in silence. They have issues being with themselves and sitting in silence and just recapping everything. A lot of people have a lot of healing to do.
And that was a part of the lockdowns, trying to isolate people. I mean, it kind of awakened us to a point where we need to be we are social creatures,
Yep.
and then locking us down and keeping us away from everybody. I remember watching videos of apartment buildings and people crying out from balconies that they were alone and they were just in turmoil with the fact that they couldn't go out and socialize.
Yep.
And even if they could go out, there was nothing open for them. There was nowhere to go except if you wanted to stand in line at a Walmart. Hey, we want you to keep 6 feet, but you can only shop at Walmart.
Yeah, and wear your
Follow the
mask.
arrow.
Get your
Hey, none of that talk on the show. Beat around the bush.
Get your vacation.
Get your
Yes.
Latoya, you've already met me many times. I've been on lives with Scott many times.
It's good to see you, Latoya. Good. Happy.
Yes, right?
Come
It's
on the
been a
show.
while. It's been a while. Drop my link, Scott. I'm sub to you.
Yeah,
On your
you're modded on my channel. You could just drop your link on myself on your own.
Yep. You could do that too.
My channel hasn't grown since last year.
Yeah,
Fuck, I
me
don't even
neither.
have a channel.
I just realized like I'm not gonna get going with this popularity stuff. I already got the people around me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I already got it. It's the others I'm waiting for. You know what I mean? And this digital system's controlling that. They kept us in corners. They shadow banned us, and now I'm not gonna get upset about it. Now I'm realizing, like, okay, all right, cool. All right, you guys want to play that game? Then you guys aren't. They're gonna pay the price in the end anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look what's happening on the planet. Now you got protests. You got Mother Nature. You know what's happening right now. This is prophesized. This is literally happening in our faces today. 2025. Nostradamus and these past prophecies that spoke the truth it's literally happening today. Now we're having Mother Nature's just wreak havoc on the population.
Yeah, I was just
Now
down. I was just down south with you guys, and I seen all the fucking down trees that you guys have. Did you guys just have a big storm?
it's depressing.
The ice storm.
The ice storm.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was
Scott,
Yeah,
back
but
in March. Yep.
it's not. It's not the ice storm, dude, because all the trees are alive.
Yeah.
They split them all in half.
Oh,
You see how the trees is up like this, and they got a hair on the top. All that hair split down in half. The tree's still up,
yeah,
but the hair on the tree itself,
The branches.
the branches and all the hair got peeled off. So
yeah.
it's like grabbing somebody's hair and just yanking it off. That's
Well,
what
that's what I was
exactly what
looking.
happened.
Yeah, that's what exactly I was looking at. I was like, holy fuck, they were just like, it's like microbursts just happened and just tore everything apart. Just the
Weird.
top of the trees, though. It's fucking weird.
man. That's what I mean. And I can see it because when I go up higher on my unit here, I can see the trees and the sadness, right?
Yep. Oh yeah, I was on the
And
400 there. It's fucking retarded, man.
oh,
It's
you can see it all the way across, man. Just when you go through Aurelia to Barrie,
yep,
right?
yep,
Oh, it goes from Huntsville
yep,
to Barrie.
yep.
You see a whole section of that, and that just specifically happened around here too, and it didn't really go anywhere else.
No, it's just in the snow belt. It's
Yeah,
just in the
weird.
snow belt. Well, Barrie area, like Huntsville, Barrie area, all that area. That's all it happened.
And it happened
But
again. I remember 10 years ago. It happened in Bolton, Ontario, as well, because I was at my
well,
mom's, and
that's
that
where I
ice
was
storm
today.
hit over there.
That's where I was today. Actually, I went to pick
So,
up the deep freeze down there.
oh, you went over there?
Yeah.
The Italian hood, yeah.
Well, so I guess he was Italian, that guy, because I showed up there and we were like, hey, he's gonna be Muslim, Greek, or fucking Italian.
Italian.
And then we had a bet. We had a bet. Is he gonna show up in a Tesla, a Beamer, a Mercedes Benz? In what color? Showed up in a white Tesla.
They're all Italian too.
Well, he was between Italian or Greek. I couldn't really.
It's 50% of the population over there is Italian.
Okay, so he must have been Italian then.
So I used to go to Bolton camp as a kid. It was a 2 week camp. Yeah.
Shit, so you know people around there, right? Oh fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was. I remember going in. The first one was mother and children. I can't remember the name of it, but then when I started going myself, I was a Huron, and then I was a Mohawk, and then I was a Blackfoot,
Nice.
and that was the principal of the coordination of Bolton Camp. I was there every summer. I kind of got kicked out at the end of it because I got smart at a really young age, and yeah, I was kind of pointing things out that weren't really, like, why is this dude Wick? That was his name. He was like the coordinator of the male side. Why was he so close to certain kids? Why did he approach me and I had to out him because I felt that he was coming on to me? And, like this camp shit. Bro, I'm getting onto a different level now.
That's okay.
I was a product of the Children's Aid Society. I got kicked out of a Christian camp, a Salvation Army camp, because I seen the audacities of what adults can do to children. And that was back in the friggin' 80s, early 90s. And it's been glorified and it's been perpetuated as common now. It's we're not allowed to call them pedophiles. They're minor attracted people.
Yeah, because now it's a mental disease that they have.
No, they were not allowed to say that. We got all kinds of different genders to place everybody under now because they don't want to admit the fact that they're fucked up in their head.
Yep. Well, that's the thing. It's now a mental disease being a pedophile or a rapist. It's not. You have a mental issue, so you should be in a mental institute. And so, where the fuck does this society go wrong?
It's the same thing as every fall of social collapse is the fact that they bring in this indoctrination. The Romans fell, the Greeks fell. Like every society has fallen due to, I don't want to say it live, but the trans part of human identity. The glorification. Sorry,
the worst
go ahead.
part when I was a kid is that, like, when I told my mom certain things, she called me a liar and told me to get
Yeah, same here.
and then my aunt was like, "What the fuck?" Like, and then my cousin, she took me for 2 weeks because like she did not like the fact, like, you know, she saw me crying out, like coming out of the house crying, me saying like I don't want to stay with him, I don't want to stay with him. And like my cousin's like, no, you're coming with me. Sarah, grab your shit. You're coming with me for like 2 weeks. So my cousin Ann, she's like, yeah, no, she's staying over for another night. So yeah, it was like, I do have to say though, like I know that I should be healing with certain things, but some things I'm just so angry about. I'm just like, oh, why would you like let that happen?
I can totally relate with you.
It's yeah, it's
I went to the Mandarin on my 15th birthday with my mom down in Scarborough, Ontario there. And as we were placing our order, I seen a dude that had molested me. And I told my mom, I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to tell her. And she was like, oh, well, it's your birthday, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, that guy over there, mom, is the one that sexually abused me. Nah, whatever. Fucking stop talking your fucking bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Just eat your fucking dinner. Like, this is my fucking birthday, mom.
I don't want to see this guy on my birthday. Come on. The
Like, what the
hell?
fuck?
I was a liar.
Yeah.
I was a liar. I was judged by my own
Not,
kin.
it's not an easy thing to
You
like
know what?
expect, especially
I'm not supposed to call nobody out, but I want to call out my abuser. His name was Red Dog. What the fuck was his name? Basil Red Dog Madden. Basil Madden was my abuser.
Wow.
one
And I
of
remember
mine
it clear
was
as day.
I don't know if I should say his name on here, but apparently now that man has cancer now. He's dead. I'm like, well, I guess karma's coming up to him now.
Yep, karma's a bitch.
Yeah. His name
Only,
is
only if karma's given to you by karma.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's always consequences of like of
I never told nobody that story before. You guys are privy to that information.
Well, thanks, man.
But it's
like I
something that
think
keeps me disenfranchised. It keeps me away from being who I ultimately can be. And, living your life hiding secrets or hiding things that are important to you are validated to being a better person. Let it go.
Let it
Just
go. The best quote that the Beatles said. Let it be.
let it be, let it be. Yeah.
let it be. Let it be.
It is.
Speaking words of wisdom. Let it
Hey,
be.
so do you guys know the story from where that came from? It's actually
Actually
his. It's
remember
actually. It's actually his mom. He was going through shit, and his mom called him up and told him, "Let it be." And this is where the song came from, and this is why his mom is in the song.
Which mom? Whose
oh
mom?
hold on, wait, no.
Paul McCartney, I believe.
Because Paul McCartney died, and it's a fake replacement.
Yeah,
John Lennon's
but this
still
is when
alive. There's a lot of things like, dude, Steve
like
Irwin
Ringo
is
Starr.
fucking. I know, dude. Like, and they're all famous still. They're vampires. They drink baby's blood. Okay, we're gonna get cut now.
Yo, I'm already censored on Facebook, so
Yeah, we're
who
already
gives?
fucking shadow banned.
Who
We're
cares?
Canada
talking
Europe.
to each other now.
Yeah, we don't have any more comments anymore. So, yep. We're just talking to ourselves.
Let it be, let it be.
I still got that like 20-second delay on fucking YouTube.
You got that again, eh? Shit.
That's the worst. That's horrible. That's like
Oh, we got a comment. What's the comment, Chris?
who's at the Mr. Green? Who at
Who's
the
at the
top?
top?
Green?
It's Chris.
Rockefellers.
and that's Casey, and that's Scott. I'm pretty sure our names are right below us. I'm pretty sure.
Nope.
No,
Oh,
no,
there you go.
it doesn't say Chris right there.
It says Chris, John, yeah.
Yep.
Latoya, you got this, Latoya.
Like I said, Latoya's she's been here like many times.
I hope she's doing good. Much love.
Okay. So let's go down to this other song I got. A, B, C. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Do, re, mi, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, baby, you and me, yeah.
Start dancing.
No, I can't. My trailer's on a little bit of an angle right now, and I don't have it supported, so it's like.
You'll end up flipping over.
She's a rockin'.
Hey, if the fucking camper's rocking, don't come knocking.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna play a video that Mr. Green Thumb wants me to play here.
All right.
Share screen.
What do you guys think about the intro? Maybe we should do one show talking about law, rules, and reason.
Right. I agree. All right, guys. Here's the quote or whatever Mr. Green Thumb wanted me to play.
Grow up, I'll be living
guys can
in a
hear it.
tent. When I grow up, I won't have a job. When I grow up, I'll have no freedoms.
When I grow up, I'll be silenced.
When I grow up, I'll be taxed to death. And they wonder why Canadians don't have kids.
No shit, eh?
When I grow up, I'll be living in a tent. When I grow up, I won't have a job. When I grow up, I'll have no freedoms.
When I grow up, I'll be silenced.
When I grow up, I'll be taxed to death. And they wonder why Canadians don't have kids.
Calus tabarnak Steve it's the put. Exactly. Fuck the algorithm. Fuck the system. Fuck the fucking censorship.
Right?
Let that shit rain out, bro. Let it rain out.
Let it rain.
It's funny because every time like I would stop my foot or something, all you hear me say is like swearing every name of the book in French. It's so funny.
No, but I do it in every language. That shit hurts.
Do you realize the song that's out? It's actually in a kids movie now. It's in the Minecraft movie, and he's like the guy sings like "Oh, you're my little pute." I'm like, dude, why would they put that on there? He just said you're my little slut. And
Yep.
I'm like, does people not realize this? Or what?
Welcome to the indoctrination.
God damn it, man.
Fuck.
No, it's true. That's like true concern right there. That's they're inbreeding it.
Too. Like,
It's like, remember Hansel and Gretel?
Yep.
Remember she left a trail of breadcrumbs?
Yep.
So she could get back to where she was. And then all these fucking crows and all this other stuff eat it up so that she couldn't find her way home.
Yep.
That's society.
We are lost. We are lost souls.
We're not lost souls because people like Scott and you and Mr. Green Thumb, we keep the reality of our suffering visible.
Yeah.
We let people know that the struggle is real, but the product of our environment is trying to dumb us down.
Yeah.
You know, the revolution will not be televised. Why? Because the government fucking pays off the news media outlets, the mainstream media. Like, I delivered druthers. I just started. I have before. Remember when I was in Ottawa there for the 2.0?
Yeah. I remember you.
I got rid of a bundle and a half, dude, in 5 minutes.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And people were accepting it. People were smiling. I was just out in the intersection. Hey, free news here. Free news. Get your free news. Real news here. Not the MS, you know. And I'm going to do it again. I just got to have the right vocal at the time. It's hard for me here in Regina because everybody here works for the government.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. And if you don't work for the government, you're either rich and you're with the government, or you're poor and you have no work, say. And that's part of the downfall. What's this?
What's going on in Los Angeles?
Uh-oh. What's going on in Los Angeles?
Well, for one, that's a commie state, right? So
All right.
that right there shows you that a lot of protests and a lot of confused, angry people will be over there.
Right.
And the direction to change the world is kind of the wrong way. It's more based on enslavement to what the commie system has created, right? Same thing with Toronto. Toronto is the same as New York and Los Angeles as well. It's the same hotheads and corporate power, corporations, corporate interest that make billions of dollars a day. But when I see that happening, it's just a repeat. It happens every 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's not directing at the food prices. It's not directing at the living conditions. It's not directing at the peace and love for humanity. It's all directed as in like the ICE. It's pretty much deportation. It's backwards.
It's the orange man is bad.
Yeah. They're making like my opinion on that. I don't know, but still,
Be right back.
it's distraction. It's distraction, and we see it happen every 4 years, right? Remember that in 2020, it was the same thing. But then
It's
when
like
you got
what I was
locked down
saying.
and then we got locked down in 2021, 2022, and you didn't see the 2020 riots. You did not see that. You didn't see any of that. You seen
No,
the
all you seen was the empty
the
streets
freedom
and
movement.
people
Yeah. You seen a better, more organized, peace and loving community within the movement. It wasn't like 2020 riots or like the riots you're going to be seeing now in the next couple of months. This is not going to die down. This is going to go through all summer.
Yeah.
It's just I don't follow it. I think it's totally. I'm not going to sit here and watch it because it's not the energy you want to be absorbing. You know what I mean? If you want change for a better world, you don't want to be looking at a bunch of people freaking out and losing their shit.
But at the same time, it's an awakening and learning process. So it does need to be visualized at a certain perspective.
Yeah.
There's got to be an understanding why they're doing this. Why is it happening? It's like, this fucking Elon Musk guy. They're painting they're scratching swastikas on fucking Teslas. Like, okay, first of all, do you not know that Elon Musk from South Africa? Did you not know that that's not the way a fucking swastika is supposed to be fucking like, just check. Oh, no, never mind. Just fucking with you. It was a comedy skit I watched today. It was pretty funny. I didn't say it as funny as he did. But it's thrown at us to a degree where we need to accept it or we're part of the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I think that they should be deported, I'm a racist. But yet I live in a Indian predominant area and I got no problems. I talk with different races every day. I like to be involved.
Yeah.
I think other cultures have it more pretty than we do.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen
all
an
directions
Indian
of life.
family get divorced? No. They deal with their shit. It's an arranged marriage, right? I'm not forte on arranged marriages. I think that everybody should be, wanting to find their own person. But at the same time, when you're seeking justification through your parents who have raised you and they send you on a quest to find who you want and you fail miserably, which everybody does. And then you're to that arranged marriage part where, they find your soulmate. Those marriages never fall apart.
Some of their life is good. Some of it's not. But all this
But then
bad
But then we get into honor killings, which makes everything go back in the trash can. Like where do we start? Where do we begin? What is the premises of a healthy relationship? If your girlfriend cheats on you and you take her back, and then she cheats on you again and again, and you keep taking her back, like, when will you realize that's what the liberals are doing? That's what the conservatives are doing. Anybody who has their sticky hands in your pockets are doing the same fucking thing.
Exactly.
And you take them back like a cheating fucking girlfriend.
The whole political system is against the people. We know that
Oh, yeah.
from the get-go. And whoever's in power or that takes this popularity contest because of the money of the world, right? We know money is the root of evil. In the wrong hands, obviously, and it's you know it needs to stop. We need to find a different way how to live a life, as in what back to Mother Nature, back to building our own homes. You know, living like the cottage life. Touching ground with our plants, trees, growing our own food. That's right there. It keeps your life busy. That's what we got right now. Is too much junk. Too much
Yep.
man-made things, material, holistic nonsense. That's the problem we're facing today. As in, there's too many things to buy now. Too many things are
All
being
to,
made. It's
all
going to
to,
be junk in the next 10, 20 years. Like, if these guys continue doing what they're doing in Los Angeles, they're going to fucking burn the whole world down. You know what I mean? It's
and why couldn't we do that with peace and understanding when we were in Freedom Convoy?
yeah. Well, even these forest fires. What are these forest fires are doing? They're literally wiping out what we've created.
Yep.
You'll never see it again. It's gone.
It's the
All
pitch.
that
It's the
land, yeah, all
president.
that land up there, and that fire is it's on some steroids. Like you literally, I've seen the pictures of that fire going
Because
through
we got
water.
no cameras. We got nothing to do anything with. We got like a couple reservations with like maybe a dozen or 2 dozen freaking firefighters with 2 freaking hoses out of a pump truck. We
Guys
ain't
got
got
bottled
nothing from
water
the
out
sky.
there, man.
But they want them to grow. That's why Trudeau gave all our shit to fucking. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I got
Oh,
fucking blasted for my fuck Trudeau flag. And they're like, it's all I hear from the fucking left. But I was like, bro, these flags have been flying since Pierre was here. We have the Trudeau salute. If you don't know that story, okay, so Trudeau, during I think it was in the 70s, there was a big revolt. Trudeau went on a train tour on the Via Rail with his family. And every train station they went to, there was a group of people giving the Trudeau salute. Okay, so Trudeau has been looked upon as a fuck you icon in Canada for a long time. Why we voted this fucking moron in again, I don't know. I didn't. It was the first time I ever voted. I'm like, fuck that. Like, I like Stephen Harper at the time, but now that I'm older and I see everything that's happened since, I became more political and more understanding. Stephen Harper was a fucking douchebag too. Just like I like to say, fuck the 338. But now Mark Carney's in. It's 443. We got to say fuck you to every day. Where did the extra people come from? That's like 15 people more. Why do you have 15 more people in the 338? And why do they keep bringing the frickin' chair down arm in arm like he's a prisoner? These are questions I have. These are concerns I have. It's just concerns for educational purposes only.
So you see all these fires, man. Okay.
I know. I'm right in the middle of it, dude.
Look at all the water. This is in like swamp area.
This is what I don't understand, right? So they should have fucking pumpers out there and fucking, well, not pumper trucks, but pumps
out of the water. You got water right there. You can just spray it out of the water.
Look at what they did in fucking California. They did the same thing in California last year.
But you got to understand the left. The left will be like, "Oh, you'll disrupt the lakes, you'll kill the fish, and blah blah blah." You know, like wildlife is so much more important. Don't eat the meat though. Eat a plant-based burger from A&W.
So this is it's questionable how these fires are just brewing. It's brewing and boiling in this water. That's just how it's moving. It's just that's monster. That's on another level. That
so if it's moving in water, that's mean the water is full of oil.
Yep.
That it could be hot, and it could be something else, as in like something else that we're not being told, as in something's coming up. This is the year 2025, man. Nostradamus told us that there's going to be volcanoes and earthquakes happening all over the planet.
And the volcanoes that are on the rise. My goodness, brother.
Yeah. So did we know? Well, did you guys know that there is actually a volcano down south?
Yeah.
Yellowstone is the biggest freaking volcano in North America.
South, like in Ontario, there's a volcano in Ontario. It's over 1.4 million years old.
Really?
Yep.
It hasn't been active in 1.4 million years.
Hopefully, Queen's Park is sitting on top of it.
No, it's in. Let me check it out.
Lake Ontario.
Volcanoes in Ontario.
If I could turn the camera around, you'd see some redneck ingenuity right now.
Marmora. Yeah.
More, I've heard of that.
Okay. Volcano ash. Evidence of the past eruption is found in sediment rock formations such as Marmora ash rock bed. So in Marmora there is a volcano.
Hey, Chase.
Hey, calendar. In
You want to get
calendar,
in
then.
here?
On what?
Or live?
For what?
I don't know. Get
So,
some of your concerns.
For what?
on Lake
Concerned
Nipissing.
Canadians.
Hey, Casey. In
Yeah.
calendar, there's a volcano.
In calendar, really?
Yeah, it says this complex
Ontario.
located at the eastern end of Lake Nipissing is an eroded Proterozoic volcano pipe formed by the deep origin volcanoes. So it's a volcanic pipe. And then
So,
there's
yeah,
one.
this is my boy Chase. Welcome to
Chance.
the chance. Shit, chance. Take a chance. Roll the dice. I did with his name. I said Chase. I was chasing the dice.
And then there's one also in Black River.
Really?
Yep.
We got seismic activity in Ontario.
Yeah.
Probably here too.
Well, look at it this way: fucking Metallica's show went off with such a bang that they actually registered on an earthquake scale.
Bro, you hear that? Metallica fucking rocks.
Fuck yeah.
Their stadium show went off so fucking big, right, that
Man.
they registered on an earthquake scale.
That's cool, man. Fuck. I always liked Metallica, but I didn't. It's like James
Thanks, Latoya.
Hetfield. He cut his hair.
Yeah,
That sucks.
whatever, man.
Don't cut your hair.
I cut
He's
it
going
whenever.
bald like me too, bro.
I cut it when I cut it. I still got more hair than you, though.
Oh, okay, get out of my truck.
Really?
Those are ice volcanoes.
Yep.
Ice volcanoes. Something new that I'm just learning right now.
What the fuck happened there?
Ice volcanoes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Lake
it's something
Ontario.
I'm learning right now. That's some because of our weather change and what's happening is these scientists are trying to confuse us and pretend that this used to be normal and it used to be here for long ages of time.
So, also, did you guys know that Canada used to be a tropical climate?
Climate change.
Yeah. So we used to have everything, and this is why we're flipping again. We will become a tropical fucking climate once again.
Well, let's talk about Antarctica and civilizations that are being undug from under ice, and we're not privy to it because it's ancient knowledge that they want. Am I still alive? Lois, you know where to go now.
Yeah, but they might not know because I'm not fucking live. I'm not broadcasting, man. They'd have to go
they
on
have
my.
that here too.
They'd have to go on my free
petroglyphs.
right.
So
You
maybe
see
we
the petroglyphs
maybe we
in
should just do
Peterborough.
this on Rumble.
No, just yeah. Well, Rumble, yeah, but everybody would have to find us on Rumble then.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, but I can share our link on Rumble. That's fuck all.
Do as many platforms
I
as you
think-
can.
Yeah. Well, as many, yeah, but we're getting censored.
If you gotta make a TikTok account, man, make a Kick account, D Live.
Yeah, but I don't want
I'm into
China
that.
to fucking listen to everything we're talking about, though.
I'm pretty sure they made a lot of these companies. They own a lot.
That's our
Especially
Rumble
AI.
channel there, guys. This is our Rumble channel. It used to be Caleb's, but I changed it to ours. I know I have a few people sharing it on there too. Perfect. Thanks, Mr. Greetham. Yeah, I've been seeing there's people popping in and in and out on Rumble. Good. Yeah, because the more we can fucking have people come in and fucking watch and join our live and join our conversation, because we are having a great conversation. So
I didn't know
Every time.
Rumble's headquarters is in Toronto.
Really?
oh.
Yeah, headquarters in Toronto, Canada.
On the ice volcano?
It's exactly where it is. Lake Ontario. Fuck.
Can you imagine that shit erupted one day?
Yo, Lake Ontario is a special lake. You know that, eh? A lot of people
Oh,
are
very.
afraid
It's
to
the
go into
deepest
that.
lake of the Greats.
Yeah.
There's
The
so
reason why
many
we're born over
shipwrecks.
here.
Yep.
It's the reason why with all the Great Lakes, you know what I mean, and the importance of it, and what we let go of it from these corporations that are milking it for nuclear power and all that kind of nonsense and minerals and who knows what.
Like the three-eyed fish.
Yeah. But with the black dots,
Oh,
you know what I mean? And
Yep.
they're sick, man. They're not doing good as well either, and that's coming
That's why
from our
they keep,
water.
and that's why they keep polluting us.
Yeah, and
So
but then
we're not.
even the nuclear waste, like the nuclear waste goes to the bottom, right? It has no place to go, so it goes to the bottom and it just hovers and it moves around, right? Then there's the fishes, the snails, the crabs that are on that are being infected, and it goes up and up to the cycle of life, right? Then hits the frogs, and it makes them a little confused about life.
It makes
Know
them
what I
day.
mean? and then the birds, you know what I mean? Then you got the birds fucking, you know what I mean? And it's just bam. And then people don't realize that, why are we feeling so sick today? Why are we feel so unhealthy? Well, that's the
Stop
main issue.
drinking the tap water.
Water is life, ain't it? Water is everything to us. We need
And
water to
that's
survive.
and
Has to be
and
clean.
that's why they've been putting fluoride in it.
Mhm. Supposedly clean it. They think putting fluoride in it is cleaning the water and protecting us. And there's the other side of the people saying, no, that's killing us. So you got you,
It's
you got
making
the
us
two.
crazy.
Yeah. I think just do it the natural way, leave it alone, stop adding adjectives and adding nonsense to it, and just let it heal itself. And that's what Mother Nature does. That's what the earth does. You know what I mean? It will heal on its own.
Yep.
What
We
we're
got
doing
some
right now is
comments coming in.
I have a lady trying to get woman in. Yeah, but we'll need to share the link then.
that's on my
Yeah, I'll
my
hear.
YouTube thing. I already pinned it.
I'll share right here, right on the chat.
Mine's already pinned on mine.
I'll share right here. Boom.
No, man,
Can we watch the
beautiful
video?
conversation.
She is more toxic than uranium. Huh?
Uh-oh.
Scott Dina Sheriff is at the bottom of all that crap. Oh, yeah. Well, that's fucking Dina. Yeah. We won't even go there with her. Like,
Dana Sharif.
yeah.
I love her.
we need some of that.
She posted it on her site. Well, thanks.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. That's awesome. Thanks, Deanna.
Miigwech.
That's awesome. I
Miigwech
like that.
meaning thank you. Miigwech means big thank you.
I didn't even know I was
Shami
friends
Big
with
Witch.
Deanna.
Huh?
Shami Migwitch. Shimi.
Miigwech.
She
Miigwech.
Migwit.
CHI. Yeah, there you go.
She. Okay, got
It
you.
means big thank you. Ani means hello. Ani.
Yep. Miigwech means thank
Dante
you.
is welcome.
But that's the Ojibwe Anishinaabe of the tribes that I was growing up to, that I have relation to from the Great Lakes all around here.
Yes, sir.
That's the other half of me. You know what I mean? So, but that other half of me stuck to me since birth until this day. You know what I mean? That's what I mean with the multicultural. That circle of life with all the black, the red, the yellow, and the white. It's all in one circle. We have to combine all that. I was given from an elder when I was younger. My native name was Peace Tree. Peace Tree, as in like you see a tree with peace on it, right?
Thanks.
And it's the roots. the roots of all life that grows. So as a
And
human being myself, I have to take that circle of life and build everyone together. You know what I mean? To get
hence
all
our labor.
relations, yeah, and rebuild again. But that's what the elder taught me. That's what I'm here for. So ever since he gave me that name, I've been living to it. I don't get much popularity. I'm not rich or nothing like that. But still, as the conscious mind and heart is what's that built me into progress to that peace tree. As in, like, damn, man, that's some real shit.
Bro, that's why, like, yeah, I'm poor, but I am rich. And I
Yeah,
keep trying to stress this to people. It doesn't matter your finances or your stability in life. It's what you can provide. It's your inner thought process. It's everything that you can bring to the table, which makes you rich. It's your strive to connect with other human beings, your ambitions, your goals. That's what makes you rich. Not money, not fabrications, not the fucking car you drive or, like the job you have. It's what you can communicate with other people with. That's your richness.
oh,
And I believe
helping
all
those that
three
are
of
in need.
us. I believe all three of us are millionaires in our thoughts. And I don't mean like we think we're millionaires. I think that what we talk about, what we communicate with people, is what makes our richness great.
That's okay, I'll tell you.
Oh, Lee, I see Rumble.
Yeah,
Right on, let's go.
right. Diane went on a Rumble and messaged on a Rumble, so that was awesome. Ouch.
Yeah, it's gonna be everyone's already busy watching all the what's happening around the world, right? You got tornadoes whipping through the states. You got
Yeah, I seen
fire.
that.
You got fire
Texas.
ripping through in Canada, and then now you got the protests around the world that's happening in England, not just in America, but it's happening everywhere. So a lot of energy is happening around the world right now. Lots of distraction and lots of things that are not good happening. Plus, that's the time of that season, right? Summer's here now,
Not
and
even that time of season yet, dude. Wait till August, September, bro, when Canada's fully engulfed. That's
that's
the sad part of reality that we're facing right now. And this is the message I'm trying to say is, hey man, we're not even in summer yet and Canada's on fire. 30,000 people displaced right now, dude. 30,000 plus. BC, Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan,
and Ontario's
Northern
next.
Alberta.
They got Sandy
And
Lake
there's
already here in
nothing to
Ontario.
extinguish. Yeah, there's nothing to extinguish it but the fucking lies of fucking government officials.
Did you guys see
And the
the
lies
video?
of
What happened in Sandy Lake?
The what?
In Sandy Lake, there was I think 17 Aboriginals that got caught and locked into the. It was like sand and red.
Oh, because
They couldn't see where they were going. They were literally there was videos out where they were stranded and stuck. So, but they got saved.
that's good.
But
That's good.
I seen that yesterday. I was like, holy! In Sandy Lake, man, and that's right by Thunder Bay, going a little bit north,
Yep.
right at the borderline of Manitoba and Ontario.
Yep.
we have a
And they're
Sandy
getting
Lake in Manitoba too.
So that fire is going to build again closer to us. Now, see like what you
well.
seen in
This.
Sudbury last year. You remember how they got smoked right out?
Well, look
Sudbury?
at you guys. Look at you guys today. You guys were all full of fucking smoke.
Oh yeah, fuck me.
This is because of those fires, man. That's because of those
Yeah.
fires.
Sorry.
No, it's not because of you. It's because of the Northern Ontario fires. It's because all the fucking wind is coming from the north, and we're all getting smoked out. Like even you guys are getting smoked out from your northern fires.
You see the pictures of the CN Tower yesterday?
No.
Yep.
Toronto?
No.
Can't even
Yep.
see the CN Tower. Can't even see it. It's so foggy and
And that was
it's
probably
always
like
been like
that was
that.
probably a kilometer away.
Fuck.
it's a smoggy, gross city to be in anyway.
Yeah.
I love Toronto and whatnot,
The water.
but it's not gonna last forever the way we're going. You know what I mean? We can't be continually living like a bunch of cockroaches in a city. And not progressing away from the city as into we have so much land, we have so much places to go to that can be lived.
Yeah.
Stop and
Well,
instead of feeding the corporations over and over again, right?
well, that's the thing. Like a lot of southern Ontario are realizing that we have a fucking beautiful northern Ontario, and a lot of people from south are moving up north because, first of all, it's fucking way cheaper
Well,
house
right
wise.
now it's burning down. They're trying to burn the fucking north.
No, but I'm just saying, like where I live right now, like I was looking at houses just for fucking shits and giggles down south, like while we were driving by. And I was like 900,000, fucking 1.2, 1.4. I was like, what the fuck? I can go here, come here, and buy a house, the exact same fucking house that they had down there, for like 300,000, 400,000.
Oh man, you save half the money.
Well, you come here, you sell your house down south for 1.2,
Yeah.
let's say. Come here, you fucking buy a house for let's say 4,000, 400,000. You're still sitting on fucking what? 8,000, 800,000.
Yeah.
You're fucking set.
So
What about the people that have already bought their land and their houses and they still got to pay property taxes?
Yeah, well, that's everybody.
yeah,
No matter what
property
your
tax.
taxes, yeah. Well,
I got status, so I'm not. I'll be like, shut that shit up your ass. But again, that's unfair too, right? I hate how they do that, man. You know what I mean? I think they should have it all equal rights, right? Through all human race and all backgrounds. And
That was a scapegoat they used for feminism to create two bodies in a household to go to work and pay income tax.
yep.
There's a thin line between equality where it can work and it can be used against us. And we're seeing it firsthand. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're seeing the struggle. We're seeing the diversity of an implemented construction, government construction, to imply that they got to have their hands in more pockets than they should.
Well, the
And
more money comes in.
that's why I love living in Saskatchewan, man, because it gets so fucking cold out here, bro. Fucking politicians have their hands in their own pockets.
That's why up here, most of them are fucking libertards, but they still keep their hands in their pockets.
Yeah, but that's why when the summer comes, their hands are more in your pockets than anything else, even your neighbors that are liberal.
Yep.
That's why Karens have become a big thing.
So what's the name for a Karen male version?
Well, it used to be Kyle until Kyle Rittenhouse shot up the whole fucking liberal campaign.
Yeah, I remember that. That's why. Yeah,
I'd like to say it was Kevin, but I know too many Kevins that are fucking solidified in the freedom movement. Let's
Well, I know.
let's just say just in case.
I know it just in case. I'm not shitting you. His brother is Jamie Case, and his dad is Doug Case. His mom is Linda. His mom is Linda.
We should like influence him to name his kid Suitcase. and
Kevin.
Criminal Case.
Oh man. Yeah, I went to school with them.
That's a case in its own.
Oh.
It's like a study case. A holy fucking case. Holy shit! My name's short form is Case.
You guys
Ding,
noticed
light bulb.
the orchard farm kind of died down now.
I know, since we called it out.
Since we called it out. Yo, what happened to Kellyanne Wolf, man? She
I'm gonna have to
fucking.
cancel you if you're gonna talk about shit like that. Sorry. No calling out
What?
nobody, no fucking throwing nobody under the rug. There are rules of our show.
We're not calling
I
out
know, I know.
anybody.
But I'm just saying, what happened to the love, man? What happened? You know, I don't block and delete people. I don't do that
I don't block and delete
unless they
people.
cause,
I
Let's have a
do.
unless
conversation.
they're causing serious harm.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's have a
Between
conversation
a
like we
man and
used
a
to.
woman, I have a lot of guys blocked because they're like fucking creepy as fuck.
But that's different between a girl and a guy. Like guys messaging girls, I just don't find that appropriate, especially when a girl and guy are together, like in a relationship at all.
It's disgusting, right?
Exactly. And
It's
I'm sorry,
gross.
but there's a lot of girls that do the same thing for guys.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Equal
And
rights.
equal.
It
Ah, here we go again with these equal
is
rights.
what it is, bro.
It is what it
Because it
is.
ain't what it ain't.
Last time I checked, there's only two genders.
No, 3.
Oh
Male,
yeah, true.
female, and mentally ill.
That's a good one.
You see the guy at the home opener in Saskatchewan for the fucking Rough Riders? He had a jersey. It said genders, too.
Yeah,
He made it in the newspaper, dude.
of course. I actually heard something today, like just
I didn't see no
wow.
gay pride parade. I see the signs up on the streets. I don't see any, like, it's just.
Actually, there was one in Sturgeon. But
So where was Caleb at this time? He should have been ripping down flags, bro.
don't worry, I was going to go, but I said fuck that because showing being there is still showing support.
Exactly.
So I said fuck that. I'm not going there. Just like every year, I'm not going there to show negative support.
And your pink truck doesn't fucking it throws fire, fuel on the fire. It's like, oh my goodness, oh fuck!
Right? So, and everybody knows my truck. Everybody
Exactly.
knows my truck. Like everybody
That's why
already
he's
knows where I
selling his
live.
truck. His truck is for $15,000 on Amazon right now. He's looking for a Honda Civic.
Huh? Man, with the pop can in the back.
No, just do the catalytic converter swap. Do straight pipe, bro. Like, holy crap.
Like back in the old days.
Is this where we turn the channel into the comedy show now?
I guess so. That's where it's going.
All right, let's do it.
It's the end of our show, so it's about almost a 2-hour mark. Oh shit!
Holy crap! An hour and 41 minutes. Fucking kudos, and we're only censored on 6 of our 7 platforms.
Oh shit!
Yo, can you send Lois Todd a link to our Rumble, because that's the only one like allowing us to talk.
Well, that's what she said. No, because Mr. Gretham's talking on our something.
Yeah, he's
Then
Really? Okay, so we're not censored fully.
Lois said night, guys, and she said basket case.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they can't message. I guess people, I guess, are like I said, We're getting probably shadow banned.
It's like Shadow
Oh, yeah.
Davis.
Right?
That's a good. I'm not. I like the guy. He's doing good things. I like to promote him. Shadow Davis.
We promote anybody and everybody that wants to fucking.
Yep. Anybody who has a say.
Yep. All welcome. Even if you're hating, it's all good.
Even the
No. We want to have a conversation with those haters. We actually do want to have a conversation.
I wish too, but they like fucking run away and like.
Make me all brain dead though.
I don't know why they do that.
The things that they think that they could say to God.
Oh, Casey. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
Casey, you're cutting in and out. Yeah.
Aliens, what's going on?
Fucking
Shit.
You do.
Rick,
I
let
lost
you
my
know.
joint.
That.
I
Then you
lost
gotta
my-
go through all that.
fucking drop my joint. India.
Get up out for now.
I
Yeah.
lost the
I'm
joint.
gonna want to smoke that after it falls in there.
Dude, that's okay,
You're
man.
gonna get smoke ashes in.
I just dumped it out.
Dump.
I mean, you'll still
There you
get ashes in
Is
there.
that better? Oh yeah, that's better. That's a better.
Blow it
Wow.
up.
Wow. Why is your look at his look at his fucking thing. Look at his camera. It's moving. And he's not even touching. He's
It's
on
his
his
trailer.
Hands up.
Trailer's
All right.
it's rocking in his trailer.
If the trailer's fucking rocking.
Earthquake. It's an earthquake.
Yeah, but no, there's no liberals in here. So this earthquake's on my own accord. Yeah, I don't drive a Honda anymore, but it's still an Accord.
No, you upgraded to a Malibu.
Yeah, fuck, almost a year, bro. I committed myself to something for more than a year. Well, not yet a year, but we'll see.
Oh, you gypsy soul. Oh, fuck, that's all I gotta
That's why
say.
they call me Gypsy Johnny.
Oh, fuck.
I'm here, there, everywhere, spreading awareness, spreading truth.
Have a good night, Diane.
Love you,
Much
Diane.
love.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
PlayStation,
Every
that's
Sunday, don't forget,
So it's charged.
please, at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time,
Oh,
5 o'clock
okay.
my time.
8:30 Newfoundland time.
And we don't change time here in Saskatchewan. We're regular people here. Just we're on fire. It wasn't funny, but you made it funny.
Oh, shit. Love the boat. The love boat on a cruise. What the fuck? We're going on a cruise now? On a love boat? When? Where? How? What?
Oh, dude, I remember the fucking sound of the intro of Love Boat. Can you look it up and play it?
Love boat.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Love boat. Love boat theme.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go. Get it together, people.
Huh?
No, that wasn't it. That was like a malfunctioning microwave.
Oh my god, this is like 47-minute long.
No,
Oh,
it's just
damn.
an intro.
Yeah, I know. I'm
You
looking
got a
for.
whole episode.
I know I got the whole episode, but I'm just looking for the intro. Love boat. Intro.
Excuse me, I'm probably gonna sing along.
All right. Okay, we'll stop. All right. And this, this share screen. Love boat. Blah.
Love, exciting and new. Come aboard, we're expecting you. And love, like sweetest reward, let it flow. It floats back to you. Love boat, soon we'll be making another run. The love boat promises something for everyone. Set a course for adventure, your mind on a new romance. And love won't hurt anymore. It's an open smile on a friendly shore. It's love. Welcome aboard, it's love.
Okay, that really freaking hit a nerve. Where the fuck is that boat going? Epstein Island?
They're probably listening to that shit while they're going there.
Yeah, I was thinking about another song too. Well, that was playing, and I'm like, I really don't want to play. Oh, hold on a second. Oh.
Have a good night, Diane. Love you. Much love. What?
Love boat.
Yo, did you get that from Kevin? Because I got Sam's mask too.
You talking to me?
Yeah, I got Sam's masks too, also somewhere.
Boo. Love boat.
Epstein Island 2.0.
Holy crap, man! I just fucking realized how much of a fucking slant my trailer's on.
Okay, for fuck's sakes, man.
Ooh. Where? What? Why
Fucking
and
logic.
when?
You guys hear that beeping sound? Like,
Yeah, I hear it. I
Yeah.
hear it.
Yeah.
It's a
That
fucking
was an
dryer, man. That's my
Oh, it was a
dryer.
dryer. Oh, I thought it
Did
was
you
fucking.
take the batteries out of your ex-girlfriend's dildo? Love boat.
oh shit. That's awesome. Who is busting?
That was
No,
my
we're
dryer,
taking.
man.
We're
My
not
fucking
taking a
dryer.
buster.
Whoa, hey, wait. What's the request?
What's the request for what?
That you're denying.
That hat suits you good.
Oh, no. Fuck, dude. Somebody asked me if I stole this off my wife.
Oh.
I would have gave him a sucker punch by accident. I'm just
I love you, bro.
Throw punch.
reflex. My apologies.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's made by the Mennonites, so. And I give, Mennonites, Hutterites, Amish. They know how to live life. They know how to colonize life. They know how to create life. They know how to deal with life. And that's by not watching the fucking news. Dude,
NUTV, fuck.
we should bring on the show like we're a news broadcast. Maybe people would watch us more.
Yeah, they would actually. They would.
Yep, Channel 7. We'll do Channel 7 broadcast.
Channel 7 broadcast. With
Right?
Chris and Casey and
Hey, I'm
Scott.
here with the weather. It's fucked up.
Scott, what part are you doing?
He's sports.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah,
I don't
and all
know
the
nothing about sports. Sports are a sham.
Oh shit!
It's rigged. It's all rigged.
It is all rigged.
Exactly, right? That's your intro and that's your outro.
It's rigged. It's all rigged.
It's all rigged.
Damn it!
Fuck.
Fuck off. Who's going to win the Stanley Cup? Gary Bettman.
Does he win the cup every year?
Yeah, Gary Bettman wins the cup every year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
An angry Texan weatherman.
Call the show, man. All they care about is the money in your pocket.
Yep.
Like most of them.
But it's all indoctrination too. They get the bonus points for like making you steer your visibility into a different direction.
Why? Gotta go back to the old ways, right? Back to the fucking foot hockey and playing with your neighbors.
Well, depending what kind of play you're doing. Right, Car?
I know,
it was awesome. It was awesome. Everybody would just stop, move the nets, go and
play on.
Car pass, play on.
Fuck Mike Myers.
The last person that had the puck, fucking go ahead.
Right?
Like, it was so life was so simple back then.
Fuck, remember you used to play hit the post? You never
Yep.
had
Oh,
no
yes,
one
sir.
wanted to be the goalie. Nobody wanted to be the goalie, so I'm like, fuck, all right, well, we'll play hit the post then.
Hey, I got a fucking hockey stick right here because I was a goalie with no fucking mask.
Oh no.
Playing street hockey, blah blah blah, and my buddy just fucking turned around, smack. I'm like, fuck. And then I'm like, okay,
I was put in a coma.
Right? Exactly.
I got a slap shot with one of those little stupid orange balls, and it was cold out, so it was frozen and hit me in the nerds. Like I had pillows strapped to my shins for goalie, and it didn't help the fact that I just got like tornadoed with like a whole bunch of fucking liberalism.
But yeah, when I got hit in the face by the fucking hockey stick, people were like, holy fuck, you're bleeding. I'm like, let's just keep fucking playing. Let's just keep playing. My buddy's mom came out. She's like, she was a nurse. She's like, I think you need to go to the hospital and get stitches. I'm like, oh, but I want to keep playing.
Play on.
Right? Fuck, I'll go after we're done playing.
Right?
But no, I couldn't. It was really bad.
It's like I remember running down that hill. We got the biggest hill in the neighborhood. We rolled down in our three-wheeler and we built a ramp so we can get air.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Good, yourself?
Doing all right. Let's see if I'm picking up this audio correctly.
That sounds good to me.
Okay. So what's the topic of discussion for tonight? I just popped in and saw you were on.
We kind of transferred to humor.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's still a topic. There's always a topic. We just change it to humor, really.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I can go with humor.
Usually our topic is, what is your concerns about what's going on in the country right now?
Well, being somebody who lives in Southern California, I've had my eye on this LA thing going on, and I've been watching several live streams. I'm actually still watching one right now. And, they set fire to 5 self-driving Waymo style cars.
Wow.
A lot of explosions going on, a lot of arrests happening. A lot of stuff has been going on. Oh, it's absolutely nuts. So
Oh, shitty.
yeah.
And he's talking about it's the social unrest that they're looking for. They're looking for a reason to create martial law.
Yeah, well, I heard somewhere, I'm not sure if this has been verified, but apparently 500 active duty Marines are being deployed out here.
Yep.
Wow.
I heard that too.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Unnecessary though. I don't think that they should be causing havoc to the neighborhoods.
Like the protesters, the rioters, whatever you want to call them, like the citizens here? Or who are you talking about causing the damage?
The rioters or the protesters are going there.
Oh, well.
They should be peacefully doing it, not just whipping big blocks of rocks at random cars. Like, you don't do that. And
Well, at
That's
risk
in
of
Mexico.
sounding, at risk of
That's in
sounding,
Mexico.
you
They're
know,
doing that.
yeah, like at risk of sounding biased, which I'm not, because I don't believe in either side of politics. Like, it's just a tool used to divide us. But
Yep.
we'll get into that later if you want to. But like, it seems to be that the general playbook of the Democrats, the left, the liberals, whatever you want to say, is if they don't get their way, they resort to violence, and then they eventually get their way, and then they want more way, and then, you know, if you give them out a cookie, or as my dad likes to say, once the camel's nose is under the tent, you know, then the rest wants to go in, and I don't know how to deal. Like, I'm no psychiatrist or anything, so I don't have an answer on how to deal with people who just absolutely cannot accept they can't get their way all the time. You know, like maybe this is like a generational issue because like the baby boomers raised kids who wanted, you know, like they wanted them to have better lives. Like, you know, every parent wants their kids to have better lives, but like the past couple generations, like we've been really babied, and maybe that's part of the why everything's popping off like this is psychologically our culture, entire generations are used to just getting their way constantly.
Yep.
You know,
this is why you know, the entitled generation. It's the parents that didn't raise their kids properly. You know, they indoctrinate them with the system that they're placed in.
mm-hmm.
It's a really kick in the fucking face. You know, like my parenting abilities aren't that great, but I still got my kids on my side, and they're still, you know, kind of, hey man, you're right, and I'm working on it.
Yep.
And you know, like it's every parent out there. It's
See, the problem is that it's sorry, but the problem is that it's not parenting or lack thereof. It's that like so many factors go into everything. Everything is connected, as I like to say, and it's that people are just too busy. Really, like everybody works now.
Yep.
You know, like who has time to raise a kid when you're working 3 jobs and 100 hours a week and you're barely getting bread on the table?
Yep.
You know, so like it's not the parents' fault. It's like, how deep down the rabbit hole do you want to go? You know, like there's so many
feminism.
things.
It's the feminism. It comes down to feminism. It was their ploy to make both parties of a family have to create an income so they can tax you. And this is what happened in the 70s with this feminism bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like my grandma had 7 kids. She stayed at home and raised all 7 kids. I have freaking 7. I have a mother and 3 uncles, 3 aunts that are freaking privy to being knowledgeable, but they're liberal. And the downfall of all that is the fact that the media, the government sponsored media, the state media, has a narrative, and they disrupt it. They throw this, you know,
it just me or is he lagging hard?
Yeah,
Casey, you're
I'm
slagging.
lagging hard.
Casey, you're lagging.
Do the robot.
yeah.
Yeah. Every time you start talking about important shit, you start lagging.
That's weird.
Truth.
Right?
Big
There's
Brother's
that
Smoke
watching.
out there.
Yep. Isis is watching. Hi, Isis. How's it going?
Yeah, over on
180
the fire.
10th Street.
You got the fire deputies watching.
Oh, well. It's not the first time. Won't be the last time.
No, I was watching Ninjas Are Butterflies live a couple weeks ago, and they had a technical glitch right as they were talking about something akin, something political or whatever, and like the audio screwed up, and it was going like Clinton, 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 but it wasn't their voice. It was like some audio thing. It was weird. So yeah,
Anyway.
like they're. I wouldn't put it past the system to be like now starting to screw up with live streams. You know.
Oh yeah, I'm on a 20-second delay on YouTube.
Yeah, that's how bad it is. It's
20 seconds, and I remember about 3 years ago, it was only like a 2-second delay.
Yep.
Now it's even more like oh man, I'm like it's gotten worse.
Well, it's because now they can see what we're freaking saying before they post it.
Yeah. And I'm getting hit for medical misinformation that happened in 2022 and 23 and 24, just on random videos here and there every 6 months. I'm just like going like, oh wow.
Yep.
But they're not banning my channel. They're just giving me warnings.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, like if they
Let me-
outright ban you or whatever, then that just lights a fire under your butt. But if they just keep, dragging you around, like kind of how employers do, they're not going to straight up fire you. They're just going to give you less hours, give you weird hours, just make you want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
Oh, here comes Mr. Green Thumb now. There you go. Bonjour, bonjour.
Bonjour, Carlos, tabarnak.
Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to see the new guest in, and I have a few questions for you, sir.
All right, fire away.
I like to know you mentioned that you are not political, which is awesome. I'm kind of wondering if you see an agenda being built on front of everyone.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like how
Okay.
once again, how deep do you want to go down the rabbit hole? I mean, you want
Yeah.
to start
Oh, yeah,
talking about
I
the
totally want
Rothschilds,
to.
World Economic Forum, Carl Schwab,
That's why I
World
joined
Health
in.
Organization, the Bilderbergs,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Illuminati, the Freemasons. Where do you want to go?
Oh, I've gone to every one of those subjects before. That's why I'm kind of happy to see someone else that
With the
knows.
same name?
Like in the state, in United States, I'm happy.
Alex
that
is
at least
Unite.
you know.
Right? Alex is Unite. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm happy to see the like for 8 years I've been spreading, like I've been passing the message on my own, and I realize it's like okay, the kind of wondering if it fell on deaf ears, but I can see no, it hasn't. That's good.
No,
I'm happy.
like one of my favorite videos to refer to is called the Decline of the American Dream. It's
Okay,
about it's like 37 minutes long and it's animated, but it really gets into the Federal Reserve, Internal Revenue Service, the IRS taxes, all that stuff, the Rothschilds, the Red Shield, and all that stuff, and how Woodrow Wilson signed that into law very sneakily at the end of 1912.
Yes.
You know, like so.
And for Latoya, I am on screen now. I'm the bottom little angle. If I turn my camera on, it overwrites my computer, so that's why I don't do it.
I love that thumbnail, the profile picture. I like
it. Like I build my life around it. Meanwhile, I realize it's not always a good thing, but I'd rather be me than something else.
Yep.
I don't want to be like I can't be a sheep.
No,
I'm not a sheep. I might not be a wolf, but I'm not a sheep.
Well, I guess somebody can say that we're black sheep. You know,
I'm a lion. Well, technically,
like,
no, I'm a fire dragon. So I eat all
Oh,
those animals. That's what the Chinese calls me. It's like, yeah, the fire dragon.
Ah,
Well, that is my horoscope sign, so that's why.
Me too.
And it's probably one of the reason why I won't let go. It's like, yeah, well, there's something keeping me here doing what I do, and I'm happy to see that the message is like it's not just us in our country and or in our little province or something. It's passed around. It's nice to see because yeah, we've been having shows they everywhere. Like I've been on four different type of show, and we've been trying to pass up the message that hey, look, it's everyone is wondering what to do. Well, no one knows what to do really. If we
yep,
knew what to do, we would have done it. But we are not our grandparents, obviously. Like I realized that the like you were mentioning, people might be entitled, and yes, the new generations, not to shit on them, but
nope,
I think cell phone fucked them up. Like not
yep,
just the cell phone, I mean technology, and like I grew up with arcades,
Hmm.
and you had to go, like you wanted to have fun, you had to go out of the house every night. You had to be out, you couldn't stay in. My mom would kick my ass if I stayed in, and it's like, well, that's the thing, it
Hmm.
was our time.
Hmm.
And then I came back home. All my study and all that. Everything had to be done before I left home anyway, and I just went to have fun. And then my mom never asked me what I did when I went to play. It's like she knew what else there is to do. There's a forest, there's a school, there's few other things to do, but that's it.
Hmm.
Because I grew up in a small tiny village of like 200 people, which yeah, the to someone in California or someone like that, it's a really small tiny neighborhood. It's one block.
yeah. We got a
It's
lot
one
of
block.
small neighborhoods.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I realized that the first few time I talked with American, like we had that problem of
I'll be
figuring
right
out
back.
that no, the population here is like the whole population of my country is the size of your state, and it's like yeah, that's the main issue. Imagine that time 52, and it's like yeah, that's where the issue is a lot. Is the new generation growing up feels like they're whole something. Meanwhile, my generation still haven't cashed it up. Like I'm
Yep.
49 years old, but I can't own a house in my own country because the inflation has gone so much and there's no more money. There's all the opportunity that we had were there for 20 years, but now they're not there. And it's like now we've been called entitled in a certain way to say, well, I want it, but I'm still willing to work for what I want. The new generation is not
Well,
even
no,
willing to work
we
for what
have
they
to
want.
work for what we
They're
want
demanding it.
now.
Yeah, they're demanding it. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I understand that you need to work to get to that
But
level.
we
I
work
just
to
want the chance
give.
to get
And that's the sad part.
yeah.
Like we have no fucking jurisdiction of the income we make. We're taxed. We're the most taxed peoples of this world up here in Canada
Right
or
now, yeah.
in India.
do you want me to tell you something that might
Good,
blow your mind?
good.
So you know, the United States of America was founded on the whole ideal of no taxation, representation.
Yep.
Correct? Okay. When you turn 18, you can vote. You know, that's when you have representation. When can you get a job? Around 16.
16. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
So for and your paycheck is taxed.
Yep.
Yes.
Taxation without representation, right there.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, I know. I was going to say, do you need to pay taxes to be able to vote, right?
No,
Um, no, you're
not
just a
now.
citizen. Just a citizen.
Okay,
You know.
okay. No, I'm wondering if in the United States
Oh, in
they're
the States.
required to, yeah, because yeah, I know it's different for every state. So there might be a state where they have to pay taxes if they want to be able to vote. And yeah, they like I'm totally against the whole tax system. It's robbery.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I wouldn't mind being robbed if my money was going to things that I want them to go to.
Like
But
my car is supposed
oh,
are
you're
the
going
roads
low
Lagging.
car
there.
You're
ready?
lagging.
Like, dude, I live in Saskatchewan.
You
I'm
get
sorry.
to
Can you
talk
repeat that?
slower.
You lagged out really bad there.
Yep.
So I'll do it in segments that maybe you can hear throughout lagging. Is
There we go.
us up here in Canada, we pay lots of taxes. And apparently, our taxes go to our roads. So they tax us on our cars being road ready, but our roads are not car ready. So now we're paying more in fixing our cars rather than the taxes that are to be paid into building better roads. I don't know if that makes sense because I had to leg it.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. And the like actually it was technically we could well I could understand everything.
Well, it's interesting that you should bring that up because, like, I remember having a conversation a while ago, and somebody brought up the point. We get taxed out the ear. You know, like, doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah.
You get taxed and all this stuff. But at least the United States, they and by they I don't mean like the government and all that stuff, but just average citizens. They just say, oh, blah blah. I don't like taxes, but it goes to the roads, it goes to school, it goes to this, go to that. Look at the education system. Look at the fire
Yeah.
department. Look at the police. Look at the medical.
Exactly.
Look at the roads. Is it in any way adequate to your personal needs? No. Then where
Exactly.
is it going?
Exactly. That's the reason why I'm against the tax system because I want to be accountable for where my money goes. And they remove that at the basic level. As soon as you pay taxes, you're not even part of where your money goes. And it's like, okay, but that's thievery. You're stealing from me. Now I have a problem. And it's like, then they're like, no, 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 well, you have to be compliant. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not an appliances. I don't have to fucking comply to restrictions and all that. I didn't sign up any contract when I was born.
Yeah, it's not
Well,
rocket appliances.
I know, but
actually, you didn't
Go
sign
ahead.
a contract. Your parents did. Because
The birth
Yeah.
certificate.
when you're born, you get that birth certificate, and
yeah.
they make your name and all that stuff. Now you have a contract.
Oh,
They
you are
stamp
correct.
that.
Yeah,
You are
and the
correct.
SIN
Yes.
number.
Yep. No, no, no. You are absolutely correct on that one. The that's one of the reason why my mom put a third name into the my name and all that. And I see why because right now the government and my country is giving me problem because of that. They're telling me I have to choose one or the other, and I'm like, no, I want both. I'm
Yep.
like, if a gay person has the right to identify as whatever, a porcupine, I'm allowed to have a second freaking name in my name. And they're all like, you can't use that against us. I'm like, I am. Now how you like those apple? And she looks at me and she's like, no, Audie, well, you did. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, hey, I'm not backing off of that one. I'm like, I'm allowed to have two names in my name. And she's all like, okay, let me call a supervisor. I'm like, call them, whoever you want. There's nothing illegal on me having two first name.
I have three first names in my name, and one of them
Yeah.
is Scott.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. Like I saw many people having that, but now it seems to they're trying to tell us, oh, it's demonized because you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be part of whatever, and we need one. And it's like, no. If that makes me unique to the rest of that system, I want that because I am unique. I want to keep being unique. Like, and they don't like that approach at all. They
Well,
want us
exactly.
to
That's what
make
every
it.
system wants. They want to get
Yep.
rid of uniqueness.
Yep. Exactly.
You're looking at any education, anything like they want people who know enough
Yes.
to operate the machines, but not to think. George
Exactly.
Carlin. Rest
That's
in
how that
peace.
they don't like creativity.
Yeah.
They like them to be
Hands-on,
good,
hands-on and creativity.
but that is the reason why they created the whole tech industry in Silicon Valley and all that. They need technician, good programmer, like my roommate and all that. Like, he's a great programmer. He can't do nothing else but that, sitting in a chair and just typing in letters onto a keyboard. And he's great at it, but other than that, all his other affinities are gone as soon as because he's been doing that for 20 fucking years. That's why. And
That
it's
they're
like,
called
oh, okay, so, but
they're speeding
he can't use
speeding
a
up
hammer. He
racers.
can't, yeah, he can't use a hammer or tools or anything like that. Like, he's computerized at this point. And it's like, okay, that's what our kids and the older generation, like the 20s and 30s, well, they're stuck in that where they didn't grow up with arcades and playing in the woods at night and having fun with fuck all. Like, you had to have fun as a kid, and there was nothing to do. And in my case, there was nothing to do, and we still had fun. We still had a blast. Like, I never resented to be a kid either. And it's like, now kids are killing themselves left and right because they don't like the way life is. I understand.
Well,
It's a rough world.
is it really about what life is, or is it just them being confused
I don't
because of
know.
all the indoctrination, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah. I can see that. And that's where, in my days, everyone was telling me, if you have a problem, kid, talk to anyone about those, and someone will listen to you. Those kids don't know that they can talk to us. And that's why they're going that far. And it's like, oh, that's wrong. Like, we are there for the other generation. You just resent us.
yes, but again, it's the trans generation, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That most suicide is happening in that group, I guess you could
Well,
say.
yeah, I can understand. Like, you know, I'm a disabled person. I do
Yeah.
have mental illness. So when it goes to mental illness, I know a shit ton about it.
Mhm.
Enough to know that, yeah, they are in our class. Technically, they're disabled fucking people, and we have them in the medical book of disability. The trends are part of that. Meanwhile, they're denying it, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa! You're denying science now, because that's a scientific book of medicine and a province. But then I don't have a problem what the heck you want to see that. I have no
Yeah.
problem there. It's like, to me, it never bothered me as long as you're not on front of my kid showing your ding and that's it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, or depending on the stuff you're passing to the kids, like, that's something else that we need to talk is the curriculum in school. Everything is garbage. Like, there's nothing for the kid to survive on its own, like I had in school.
Well, actually, in Caleb's high school, they actually this is in high school. This is what 9, 10, 11, 12th grade.
Okay.
Okay. So for everybody, that's all different. In Quebec, it's different.
Yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
the States, it's different, right? So 9, 10, 11, 12th grade. They actually have a home ec class. They actually have, this is because their teacher went out of bounds, right?
Okay.
They have how to grow like a greenhouse. They have
Okay.
plants and
Okay.
shit like
Yep.
that. They have all the trades. They
Okay.
have
Good.
automotives, welding,
Yep.
carpentry, stuff like
Yep.
that. They all have all of that. And since Caleb's been in high school, at first he wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, good for you. Hey, you want to be a lawyer? Good for you. Let's do it. Like, I'm going to support you all the way. Now he's in high school. He wants to be a welder.
Nice, nice. I know tons of welder. I know tons of professional welder. By the way, if he needs
I got
help
a couple
or
of my
anything.
I got a couple of my buddies too, and
Okay,
that's what we're looking into for the summer. He's going to get a co-op with one of
that's
the
good.
welders in town
That's good.
here. Yep. And well, we're looking into it. We're hoping.
Good.
So, but yeah, So he's going to see what it is, right? And this is what he wants to do. And eventually,
Nice.
he wants to be an underwater welder.
Oh, nice, nice.
That's the money. That's
Yeah,
$300 an hour.
Dude, I
and
was
not
gonna
just that.
say
We
my
need more.
cousin had that right out of high school. He got into deep sea welding. It was
Yeah.
Really?
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
Kill
and
him.
Lucky
we need
guy.
more. Yeah, we need more of those people that wants to do some of the because that's what I mean. Like to
I
me,
have
like
a friend.
in our country right now in Canada, we feel like we've been invaded for the reason that all the jobs and everything that we used to have, we don't have access to it anymore. And on top of that, every time that we say something, we're demonized over everything else because they say, "Oh, you're racist, you're this, you're that," and I'm like, "No, I'm allowed. I used to have a voice, and it used to be
Oh,
valid.
what are you doing out
It's
here?
not anymore."
What are you doing out here?
Okay, go ahead. Je vais essayer si on va là.
Oh, I,
Yo,
I,
John, we can hear you're struggling.
It's
oh,
all good. I've
I thought he had a raccoon inside the shed there.
it's all good. I put down his volume. I put down his volume so you won't hear him.
So yeah, the to a certain level, like I grew up in a different time. Meanwhile, there's three, four generation that passed since, and I realized that two of them are totally expecting everything to fall on their lap, and I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen
And
because
then
my generation still haven't have. Like I'm still not retired yet, and I'm still not even close to be retired. Well, technically, I would be at
Oh,
49, but it's like to a certain level, I'm like, well, look, my aunt is 76 and she still wants to work. She went back to work and they kick her out because she's too old. I'm like, what the fuck? I grew up in a society where we value people that wants to help,
My
but
dad's
not anymore.
79. He still runs his own company.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, they in Quebec, my aunt got told to go back home and enjoy her retirement. She
good.
looked at them and she doesn't like society since then.
Well, see,
Yeah.
here's the thing: when you work for your entire life and suddenly you stop,
Exactly.
you suddenly start realizing why so many people die quickly after they start retirement
Yep.
because they lose their purpose in life, their
Hmm.
function. Like,
Yeah.
how can you spend an entire the whole thing, old dogs, new tricks, all
Yeah.
that stuff, and how people higher up in age they can't really change their flow. Well, imagine their position. All of a sudden, they're no longer working anymore. They're done. Then
Mm.
what do they do with their life? They die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and so
Exactly.
like
I
they
do.
need to, I don't know, like there needs to be like more, and I don't want government involved in any of this, but there needs to be more like societal structured
Yes.
senior citizen thing, not really
Yep.
programs, but just
Yep.
things for them to do, you know
The
like, because the young
oh,
people need to get into the positions, they need to start getting their own experience,
yes.
and that's one of the aspects of why everything is so foobar right now, is because the baby boomers refuse to retire.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like they
Oh, I
don't
know.
want
I
to
get
step
it.
out and let the conveyor belt of people in the workforce move up.
But
Like,
that's the thing. It's if you were their age, you technically worked all your life to get to that
Yeah.
point.
Yep.
Should you enjoy it meanwhile you're there, or should you just rush it out and say, "Oh, I'm leaving"? That's what I mean. It's a tricky situation. Like if you look at all the aspect, I understand that, but our system, um, the way I see it, is our government understood our system long ago. They started dipping in to the cookie jar, and we're still here bickering about stuff. Meanwhile, 90% of the people still haven't got to that point, and I'm like, yeah, but that's the problem. Is everyone kind of know in the back of their head that there's something fucked up out there, but still we're not gonna do what our grandpa did or our grandpa.
Yeah.
Like what they did is they stood up and they said, "No, I'm not gonna take this shit." But they didn't do it with fucking taking rocks and stuff like that. No, at some point, some picked up pitchfork and all that, and they decided,
Good.
hey, you know, we work this land. It's our place. We're not gonna take this shit anymore. And then when that happened, like I say, the that's why the thing in California where they're throwing rocks and all that, I understand why they're doing it. I wouldn't want to be deported, but I would definitely not fly my Quebec flag in the middle of a fucking riot because no, no, that
You're asking.
signifies the people that live in that country that you hate them.
Yeah.
And I know because I'm a different province,
Mhm.
and in Ontario, like I had a discussion this morning with a gentleman online on a live, and I was telling him, I'm like, look, if I take my Canadian flag and I go across Canada, I'm not expecting people to love me or hate me. Yeah, I'm gonna get few people that will say something, but majority ain't gonna say a damn thing. I
No.
can do that.
Yeah.
But then, if I'm in the middle of a riot and I'm flying my Quebec flag, I guarantee people think it's a revolution.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like everybody's mind. That's what it is. And so I'm not for them or against them. I'm just thinking, well, like I've been there. Throwing rocks at the cops ain't gonna fix. No, they're just gonna pass more brutal law to stop you next time that
Yeah.
you try
Martial
that.
law. Even then, it's going to be a martial law.
Yeah, exactly. I understand the price that they're going to, and I'm like, we're just giving them the fire so they can use the thing and go digital because that's what they want to do. The
Yep.
WEF and all that, they want their digital currency, and that's what they're going for right now. And Canada is part of that too. And I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want digital. And then one of the lady, I saw a video that said, oh yeah, but digital currency you will have cash and digital currency, yeah, but you're gonna make cash worthless because you stole it all from us.
Yep.
So is it really worth it? I'm like, to a certain point we need to get our shit together and figure out, hey, we can be sovereign people, everyone can be sovereign, and then we can take care of everything because we ain't taking shit from anybody,
Mhm.
and we're moving as one group of individual people that will not take shit.
Exactly.
Is it possible to do it peacefully? Oh, I do believe so. I saw
It's
guys
been
like,
proven in the
yeah,
past. It's been proven in the past that we can do it. Well,
we saw guys
like,
laying on front of tank,
mhm.
and the tank didn't go over them. As far as I know, maybe the one that wasn't televised, the tank went over it. But the one that we saw that went on front of a tank and it was televised, so that tells us two things. First, we need to have it televised, and second, we can stop pretty much anything just standing there peacefully. That's the one thing that eventually people will click on. It's like if we're peaceful, just like at the convoy in Ottawa, if we're peaceful and they keep coming at us with baton and horses and shit like that.
And freezing your bank accounts.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
people eventually across the planet will realize, wait a minute, should we all join into this? Because yeah, exactly. If
Because if
we're
it's
all in
it's your
together,
problem
yeah,
now and not ours right now, but
exactly.
if it becomes our problem, you might not be around to help us. We are
Exactly.
all in this together.
Yep,
Exactly.
exactly.
You know?
We're
Exactly.
all we're all part of the human race that they try to eliminate.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have to fucking wake up. Oh, sorry for my language, but we,
Yeah.
we have to we have to wake up and say, hey, look, I'm not gonna take this shit anymore because this is not what I want for my kid. I will never teach that crap to my children. Period. I'm not gonna, like, I wouldn't put them, like, I know a bunch of people that have their kids homeschooled right now, and they're fearing that eventually the government will just send cops to pick the kids up just because they want to indoctrinate the kid. And it's like, I told them, I'm like, look, Canada is rough, but they're not at that point. Just don't tell them you have the kid and they won't know. They're not that like, it's not as control. Like United States is way more, has way more camera and has gone more digital than Canada has.
Really? Eh?
Oh yeah, big time. Like
Hmm.
Canada has massive freaking gap across Canada that you got no Wi-Fi.
Oh
So
yeah, that's true.
there's no
Yeah.
camera. There's no camera working there. But in the United States, every state, I'm pretty sure, even Texas has fucking Wi-Fi, like good Wi-Fi.
Well, yeah, we also have that Starlink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
We
yeah,
have that too. We have
yeah.
Starlink too.
We got Starlink too.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
the connection for internet and all that is way better in United States than it is in Canada. That's what I mean. It's more stable because here we got less, like we got as much people as one state. And that's one thing that they're trying to say. It's, oh, we're racist because we don't have. I'm like, I have no problem with the other races to a certain level if they got good hygiene is the first thing. good hygiene. Don't put the bottle of perfume in your neck. Like I'm
but
walking 20 feet behind the guy, and my eyes are crying. It's
yeah, but
something wrong there.
that's any fucking race.
I know exactly, exactly. Like it doesn't target one type of
Nope,
people. Like
nope,
I wouldn't do that. Like I'm not
nope.
racist. I'm like every people that I saw that are color, I say hi to it. And what
Yep.
pisses me off is every one of them looked away, and I'm like, okay, now I have a problem. Like my generation, we look at each other in the eyes and say hi when
Mhm.
you walk on the street, but most of them don't. Like one owner of a shop looked at me, smile, and hello, sir, and I'm like hello, and I walked around. I had a smile on my face after that because I realized it's like okay, well,
He's
it's not
acknowledging you.
it's not well, and he's an elderly, so he knows more. And then I realized that I'm like, oh, it must be a something. Yeah, yeah, all the new generation don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, I realized they all have a cell phone in their hand. I
Well,
don't.
I've realized that I see that too. A lot of even like it's fucking sad because you walk around just anywhere and people are in their cell phones so bad.
Oh, I
And
know.
like you said, you just want to say hi to somebody, but
Yep.
you can't because they're so in their cell phone. Or when you say hi to somebody, people are like, "Whoa, you're
Yeah,
a fucking. Why are you saying hi to me?"
yeah, yeah. Exactly. They're in
Like,
their little world, and it's like that's why I think technology is not as good as we think. Like it could be used for good, yes,
yeah,
but we're not. Humanity wasn't ready. Like we're not ready to have all those change all in the 15 year
it's
that
too
they give
fast.
us. Yeah, they give us 15 years to adapt between normal, like
Dial
they,
up.
like well the no, I'm thinking about the I was there when I saw the first cell phone. Fuck, I
I was
was
there
there
too.
when we had
I was a kid.
rotary phone. The rotary phone. I was there when they had rotary phones still. And it's like, yeah, I
That's the life.
remember those. I
My
remember the
grandma used
phone
to
on
have
the
one.
wall you had to crank to pick up the thing and talk. And it's like, yeah, I saw that too.
See, I didn't see that. I was too
Oh,
young for that one.
in the village we had the operator connecting us to
Yeah, I
5
remember.
different people, and then 2 years later it all changed.
Nice, nice. I
But
remember
it,
the rotary phone.
Dude,
yeah,
that's cool. I've wanted to see one of those vintage phones. Like,
oh,
I'm
they're nice.
surprised. Like, how long ago was that?
Oh, I was a kid. I was like 4 or 5 years old. Not even maybe. I would say 4 years old. I would say 4 years old.
Well, I don't know how old you are, so I'm not giving you
Oh,
reference.
49, 49.
Okay, so like
About
45 years
45.
ago.
Yep, yep. Oh yeah, the
That's
I was a kid and my mom had it when we first moved into the village in Quebec. We had that in a small village. It was an operator with ten line on the same thing. So every time we picked up the thing, I was hearing the other people, and it's like my mom kept telling me, "Don't do that. It's gonna bug them." I'm like, "Oh," she's like, "I don't want them to hear what we're saying," and I'm like, "Well, if you just have to pick it up and all that, they hear it."
Well,
well,
that's
that's
how they used to
awesome.
gossip. That's
Yeah,
how they used to
Yeah,
gossip, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
yeah.
Meanwhile, my mom didn't get the logic, but she saw like really young. I got the logic right away of the thing, and then she realized, oh, you are smart, and it's like, yeah, 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 yeah. There you go. Meanwhile, yeah, the I was too smart for my own good. I asked too many questions. That was my problem. But I'm still inquisitive. Like I have to do the inquisition. Like I have no choice. It's my life. I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's how we get out of fucking issues, right? Is that
Yeah,
by asking questions.
exactly, exactly. Meanwhile, the I've been saying it like the whole world right now is PTSD from everything that happened in the last
Mhm.
7 years, 8 years.
Yeah.
Like the whole world is PTSD and try to come down from everything that's happening because have you noticed it's a crisis after a crisis after a crisis after a crisis and it doesn't stop. It
And it
started
all
with
started when a gorilla got shot at the Cincinnati Zoo.
yep.
Fuck.
And then Ukraine happened, and then another thing happened, and then another thing. But oh, Ukraine is still going on, but no, and they're getting their ass whooped. But I'm like, I wasn't expecting them to win to start with. They're going after Russia. Uh, It's
Well,
like
that's
going
just one
after.
of three major conflicts. We have
Yeah.
Ukraine, Russia. We have Israel, Palestine again, and we have
Hmm.
China, Israel, China,
Yeah. Yeah.
Tibet, Taiwan.
Yeah,
Yep. Oh
but
yeah. Oh yeah.
even the Palestine one in Israel has been going on for like centuries.
And don't
Like,
forget what's happening in South Africa right now, because that's big
Oh
too.
yeah,
And most
and
people don't want to talk about it, and it's like, yeah, 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 yeah.
oh my God, dude! Like
Like,
all
yeah.
these lefties just
Hmm.
pissed off about immigrants because of their complexion coming
Exactly.
here. But meanwhile, we have all these thousands, millions of illegal criminals. That's just
Yep.
fine.
Yep.
Uh,
I
oh,
know. I know.
we got to
terrorists.
get these white people back.
Right?
Like
It's nice. It's nice to see the someone that agrees with what I've been thinking for a
it's
while now.
ridiculous. I don't care what color they are. To do it legally.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
have systems.
Yep.
If you're fleeing somewhere and you really, but we have examples of people coming here and they're fleeing friggin' like Libya or whatever,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
then they go back and vacation where they fled.
Yeah,
You're on
right.
vacation where you fled. But did you really need asylum illegally? I don't think so.
No,
Like
like I say,
Yeah, I
it's
know
all
a lot
about
of
the
them.
back deals. It's all about the back deals and all that, and that's why everything, like I've been saying it, like I don't know if you remember an old terrorist that we used to have called Carlos the Jackal.
Sounds familiar. It was
Okay,
I think I've heard
his
that name
real name
too.
is Lil um, uh, Lil Sanchez Ramirez. If you look at it, he's from that town in Venezuela that all the biggest freaking name of the cartel are coming from. Same town that Carlos the Jackal was recruited by Mossad. But that's after working for the Russian, because the Russian have they recruited people down there, and after a while, Carlos was recruited by the Mossad, which give them money and all that. And like
Isn't
I said,
Mossad Israel Secret Service?
yes, yes, the Israeli, and it also at some point in time, if you look, Carlos the Jackal eventually, like he's the one in 74 or 76 that went with a rocket launcher at a plane. He tried to kill Yasser Arafat.
By the way, speaking of planes and such, I saw
Yep.
something just a couple days ago that there almost was a fifth plane on 9/11. There's some
oh,
crew coming out. This is recent that they were under like a non-disclosure order by the FBI or something. I don't know, but this is fairly recent stuff that's coming out. So
oh,
Okay.
huh.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
haven't seen that yet.
Hmm. Hmm.
The
That's
and
fun.
the thing with Carlos and all that is, in those days he was working for the Russian and he got recruited by the Mossad, and then eventually, after working for them for many years and all that, they created a group.
Hmm.
Uh, and it's what you see on the news. It's one of the war right now that's happening with Hamas and all that. Well, the Palestinian regime was technically, like, if you watch Carlos the Jackal TV show that they made of it, in that they are mentioning, oh yeah, they will just make it up. We need a rival, and right there, that's where it got created. They used a group that was already there to create something that wasn't, to be able to technically rival it, and eventually it created a bunch of conflict. And the one place where Carlos is held and is prison for life happens to be Iran. That's the reason why they just stopped bombing Iran and going after Iran, because he's got so much dirt on so many people that are still alive that are running the show right now. And I do believe, like, he wrote like a book long ago, and since then he's been number one on the terrorist watch list and all that stuff. Like, well, that's because of his past and all that. But since then, since his book, the Israeli tried to kill him several times and then missed, and they started a war to get him killed, and that didn't work either. And that's why I saw the connection when they tried to go to Iran and they told us, oh yeah, we need to go after Iran, and I'm like, That's not the reason. Like, personally, I do think it's all connected with Carlos. That he was part of a bigger plan, and at some point in time, that plan wasn't the one we're on right now. And I do
Uh,
believe if he's living to his name, at some point he should come back to set up the pendulum straight and show us, like, who, when, where, at what time, and what happened back then, and what was the ID. And I guarantee you, a lot of people would woke up. Yeah,
well, there's a lot of things I have to say about Israel. Like,
go ahead.
now, well, I mean, this is Scott's show, and I'm not sure, and this is also on YouTube, so
Yeah,
it's
no, no, no.
probably more
I
of a
get that.
Rumble
I get
discussion.
that.
But like, these are actual things. Like, this is non-opinion; these are actual facts and
Yeah,
whatnot.
no, I get it.
So,
That is the reason why I state that this is my opinion, and I'm only pointing to the name of someone because I understand the whole YouTube thing for that reason.
have you ever heard of the Balfour Declaration?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so you know exactly where
Oh
I'm
yeah.
going.
I I made we made a show about it, but you can't really say the names, but you can be
Yeah,
pretty accurate about it, and
and
people
they're
will.
affiliated with the
Yeah.
Rothschilds.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
The we had
pretty
the
interesting.
whole Yeah, we had the whole bloodline analyze at some point. Like there's a few bloodline in the world, like all the oligarch.
Hmm.
You know
Well,
that.
like they trace the Rothschilds all the way back to like old Germany. They trace it
Mhm.
back to the Roman era. They trace it back
Yep.
to ancient Egypt. You know, these guys have been around forever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So was the oligarch.
Yeah.
Some of them were part Viking, but now
hmm,
it's part Viking, part Jewish, mostly.
hmm.
Which it's not a bad thing. It's just it's a fact of life. The which at some point these, like, I don't like the taboo. I really don't like the taboos, and yeah, the like there's people out there that loves taboo because they don't want their shit being discovered, and it's like, okay, well, too bad.
You know,
We're good at looking for fact at this point.
we're all on this. We're all in this together.
Yep.
You know, and life's always going to be hard. Why don't we like try to focus on what is similar between us
Yes.
rather than our differences?
Yep.
You know, we will always have differences. We'll always have similarities. Let's focus on the good stuff and work together towards making the world better. You
Yes.
know, utopia is an impossibility. It's actually, I believe, a communist created ideal. You know,
Yeah.
take that for what it's worth, whatever
Yeah, yeah,
you,
yeah.
you know,
To,
but
to,
like there's no reason why like we things can't be better,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like
It's our job to make it better. Like if
like
everybody tries to make it better, at least have a good life and make it better and help people, we already have a better world.
but see that also means like trying to work with the very people who are working to make things worse, if that's even
Well,
possible,
well,
like
it is
or because
possible, but we have to disarm the people that they order to come after us, and
yeah,
that's the main thing. It's, can we design? Would it be possible to have law enforcement that are not armed, like in England? I'm like, I would like. To me personally, I would like it better, but I understand. Hey, look, to someone like in the state where, like in Canada, it would be great if all the cops didn't have guns because to a certain point, I don't think most people would shoot the cop because they got pulled over, and it's like, no, 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 no. People are
Most law abiding citizens will not do that.
exactly the like
Like,
most people know what common sense is, what's right and wrong, and it's like, okay, but look, I understand in the state, well, you disarm the cops, you're kind of asking for it because everybody is armed. And it's like, yeah, to a certain level, but would it stop a lots of freaking crime and making them more humble? As, look, it doesn't mean because you get a badge that you're higher authority than everybody else. No, 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 you're another person with a different task than everybody else.
you're just a public servant.
It doesn't. Yeah, exactly. You're serving the public. You're not. Yeah, you're not the authority. You're serving the public and everything around. And that's what I mean. We need to go back to a concept where the guard understand. Hey, look, don't overstep. Yes, you can, but you shouldn't. You should know the limit, and don't pass those limits. And it's like, okay, I grew up in a generation where police officers were never that bad.
No.
Like like in Quebec, they were really bad. Like I got beaten by the cops and all that, but I understand that compared to what we have now today, this is worse, way worse. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean? Like whatever they're doing, it's like, okay, now they pull their gun at you as soon as you get pulled over. This is wrong, and it's like they don't know
Right.
who they're talking to, and I'm like, dude, I'm a guy with my hands up.
They don't know that. I mean, like,
I know that, but
people
it's
don't
like,
really understand. Like, especially like you think the world's crazy. Well, then put yourself in the feet of a law enforcement official
yeah,
and deal with a situation that can easily pop off in ways that you can't even imagine just from a simple like, oh, your tail
yeah,
light's
but
broken, because it has happened.
Oh
it's
yeah.
part
You
of
Oh
know.
the
yeah.
job. That's why they're getting paid so much money.
Mhm.
That's what I mean.
Well,
It used to be part of the job, and they used to be able to do that without having to pull out their gun. De
Yeah.
escalation is
yeah.
the way, not
De-escalation.
pulling
Yeah.
out your gun and threatening the person at gunpoint. It's like, yeah, no, that's too far. Go back to de escalation. And de escalation is not screaming at the guy. Like most of the video I see the cops screaming at guys. I'm like, they
Well,
must be taking only those because that's all I'm seeing is the cops screaming like get down, get down, get down, and I'm like,
Well, here's the
okay, but
thing.
that,
Usually, by the time people start recording videos, whatever started the
yeah,
situation is already way
yeah,
started,
that too,
and you're
that,
only getting a portion.
yeah,
Right.
that too, and I understand that part. Like I say, the angle that we're always getting the angry cops screaming and get down, and then pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I was watching a video where they show the guy went around the bush and went back to his truck, but the guy had the gun on him, and because of that, they opened fire because the guy had the gun on him, but the guy never reached for his gun or never took it out. He just went back around. He got hit by one of the bullets and then went back in his truck and fucked off.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, we know who it is, so we're going to catch him. And I'm like, that wasn't the point. You went six cop at him with all your gun pulled because the guy has a firearm after he told you he has one. You could have asked him, look, can we pick it up? And ask him nicely, not
Most
aggressively.
law-abiding citizen will hand over their guns.
Well, yeah, to me, I think it's more the aggressive part where as soon as they go aggressive, they lose their training right there. They're going on fucking adrenaline mode.
Mm-hmm.
So right there, they're losing part of what they should be doing when they're calm. And it's like, okay, well, those situations would be resolved better if everybody got calm.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean because a person has a firearm nowadays. I'm like, well, you're in most states, you have the right to have a weapon. Why it's so? What? Why six cop asking him to pull his gun out when he told you he has a gun? He offered to open his vest, and you refuse. You're like, no, 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 do this, and it's like, oh, look. Authority works differently for everyone. We're all different here. Why do we have to be treated the same way? From
So, how recent was this incident?
well, from what I saw, it's on the internet now, so I figure it's a new thing. But I don't
Okay.
know personally. I'm not the one that pulled the video. It's one of my friend that did.
Well,
And,
here's another
yep.
thing to take into perspective when it comes to police. On the other side of it,
Mhm.
the past couple of years now, I'm not sure what
Mhm.
it was like in Canada or anywhere else, but at least out here in the States, ever since the whole St. Fentanyl incident happened,
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
um, what cop wants to be in those crosshairs
Mhm.
when you have the ACAB movement and defund the police and all that stuff? There's no reason. Like, everybody hates you. You're getting your money cut. I mean, I remember the entire SWAT team of the Seattle police force walked off in one day.
Yeah.
I
No. No.
remember when
No.
that was news.
And I
And
got
so
that.
the only ones who are left
Yeah. Oh,
are
I
the
know.
ones who support this madness.
I
And
know.
this is how the Gestapo was formed.
But
Oh.
that's what I
So,
mean. To a certain
Hmm.
point, like the government understands that. That's why they're letting it play out because they want to replace it with the Gestapo. It's our job not to let them do that. Hey, Sonia,
Hey, Sonia.
but see,
it's our
the
job to
government
not let it.
dictates.
But then, Like that's why they removed the power of the people, because they realize if they have all that power, then we don't have a say. Then they can do what they want. And the main thing about that is I think it's wrong to a certain level, but I'm like, look, I don't live in where it's happening, but I do know a friend of mine lives in the state and he used to be a cop. And in the last 4 or 5 years, he's making videos because he goes to police officer because he used to be one, and he goes and interview people. And oh, the shit he gets them because he used to be a cop. So they think, oh no, but he does say he's recording them, but they're admitting to stuff because he used to be a cop. And I'm like, really? That's how they think? How the heck they got in the force? And he's like, well, sometimes it's a family thing. You get in, you do that, and after 10 years, a punk spit on you, and then like you said, he throws drug at you. Shit, like how do you gonna deal with it? He's like, well, some people don't know how to deal with. The first thing they know is they have a firearm. And I'm like, yeah, but to a certain point, should we build better things to be able to help their job? Like, I don't know, like a little fucking cage around the person, but then the person can't go anywhere, but then you're not touching them, and they can't throw anything at you because it's plexiglass or something like that. Like, there's always something we can do. It's just at some point we found out it costs too much money and it costs too much effort, so they rather just take the money of the guy that is only asking, look, you don't need to do anything for us. All you need to do is accept the money. So they did. They accepted the money instead of putting the hard work behind it. They took the cheapest deal.
Well, I mean, that's just how everybody works. You always, take the cheapest deal. And
I
Money's the
didn't.
problem, right?
I didn't. I try my best not to. I
yeah,
try my best not to. The like I rather live poor than take on a system that is like this, like, and that's me. Like I say, I don't disagree with most people. Like, I'm kind of lucky in a way. I was able to get by it. I'm a disabled person, so it's not like I'm not gonna be anybody's burden and all that. But then I'm like, okay, I still have a voice, right?
hmm
And in the last few years, well, I got kind of told, no, you don't. Meanwhile, I've been saying, yeah, and I'm still there. And I looked around just like today, and all I see is zombies everywhere. And we're at I know we grew up with the Resident Evil and all that stuff, the movies and all that. I think Umbrella Corporation fucking released their new shit.
Hey, so one day I was driving around in Barrie area,
Yep.
and I seen an Umbrella Corp
Yeah. Oh
fucking
yeah.
vehicle. I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh,
I
I
was like,
seen them too.
I was
I
like, are
think
they
there's an
maybe
actual company called Umbrella
It is.
Corp.
really?
So
Yeah,
yes,
it is the
actually, let me look it
company. I
up right
seen it.
now.
Yeah, I seen it, and it's got the same logo and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah,
So I wouldn't be surprised if they're learning the gene technology and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised they're in that, because that's what the Umbrella Corp was in. That's how they started.
yeah, yeah. Hmm. Have you ever seen one of those cars in Barrie there, Scott?
No,
Really?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I did in Ottawa.
So on Highway 27 or 26, just
27.
27. Okay, just pulling off of the off of Barrie there on 27
Mhm.
or 26 or whatever. Anyways, there was a fucking Umbrella Corp car that followed me for a little while.
They want your gene.
No. They were like 4 or 5 cars back behind me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then they turned. They turned in. I don't know exactly what it's called there, but yeah, they turned like fucking 3 or 4 kilometers down the road.
Hey, at this point, I wouldn't be even surprised if I saw the X-Men.
The red and
Um,
black car.
What?
I looked it up. There is a real world company. Their logo is very similar to the
Yep.
umbrella, although instead of red, it's greenish.
Oh yeah.
It's the it's Chinese.
Oh,
Uh,
Yep.
well, you're talking about like pathogens and all that
Yep.
stuff, and what happened about 5 years ago, and Shanghai Rulan Baohu San Biotech Limited.
Oh,
Biotech.
there you go. Yeah,
Oh
there you
no.
go. There you go.
Shit.
Oh, that's what I mean. It's like they have like at some point they always have to tell us before they do something, and movies were part of that. At some
Oh,
yep.
point,
always weird. Yeah.
yeah, it used to be like that's why they had all the umbrella thing because they
Yeah,
wanted
but the
to
one I
explore
seen
that.
was red and black and
Oh,
white. It was
I
the
know.
exact Umbrella Corp.
I saw the exact umbrella corp on the truck too here in Canada, and I laughed because I looked at the main guy and he had the patch on his vest, and I'm like, man, it's a company. I'm like, fuck, we gotta. And I'm looking at the guy like, yeah, where's the hazmat suit people? And he's all like laughing. He's like, no, it's not that. And I'm like, well, what? You guys are in gene technologies. Like, how do you know? And I'm all like, oh
Well,
fuck, where's the guys with the suit? It's like, no, there's no suit anymore. I'm like, oh, okay, so we're at the infected part, right? Everybody's infected now. Okay, we're all changing.
girl, we all have been since like when the TV came out, right? They television.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's why it's called television.
That's MK
The
Ultra
light of
right
vision.
there.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
called programming because it's
yeah,
programming you.
Yeah.
exactly,
Programs you can
exactly.
watch.
And it's a
It's
business.
not just MK Ultra is one of the program. It's one of the 100 program that the TV is for, and just like the radio, they know our brain works with radio wave.
I
And
remember as a
why
kid
did they have
listening
the
to
radio
I
everywhere?
remember listening to a commercial as a child. I was probably like I'd say 6 to 8 years old. I remember listening to this commercial, and it was that the government is not using the broadcast system to brainwash you. And there was like this huge thing that said that, it's against the law for them to do that. And that was them programming us at that time, letting us believe that that's what they were going to do.
Yep.
And we just accepted it as that's what they were going to do. And they did it, and we didn't see it.
Well, like going in that same vein, like the Playmobil toys, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So, and this was a while ago, like 10, 15, some odd years ago. It's been a while, but still, like there's this Playmobil set of a checkpoint stop. They had like a police with a canine unit
Yep. Yep.
and all that stuff. And I didn't think of anything of it really, but like I in the meme there's like a caption and all that stuff, and it was going on about this is a new toy, what's going on? And then they showed other examples, and essentially the gist of all this is it's getting kids used to the idea of police checkpoints. They're trying to
And that's why
normalize.
they're
Exactly.
indoctrinated in the school
Yep.
systems. That's why they made both mom and dad go to work so they can get the
Yeah.
double the income tax.
Yeah, and that way when they grow up and they're getting stopped because the system wants us to be a dystopian future, they're getting stopped every 5 miles. They won't think
Exactly.
twice about it because hey, it's just like the Playmobil toy.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Lego technically took that ID after a while because Lego has it in their like they do have the park with the cops and all that stuff
Yep.
where
Yep. I
it's
seen
in
it.
it's in all the games and all the backgrounds, and that's how they normalized everything. Do you guys remember an old TV show called Outer Limits?
Yep.
Yeah.
The old one where it says, "Don't adjust your TV.
Oh, yeah, I
We,
remember
we
that one.
control everything. We control everything you do." And it's like, yeah, well, they were telling us then too.
The subliminal messaging.
Yep.
And they do that still till this day. I watched the new Minecraft movie, and it's the exact same thing, but that's with portals and everything. That's like some next level
Yeah.
energy and next technology they're trying to introduce to the humanity in the next couple of years,
I
right?
know, but Jason Momoa should not wear pink.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up, man.
Like I didn't like that part.
Only Vegeta can wear pink.
That was
Only
Yeah,
funny.
him.
yeah.
That was funny. I was like, oh no.
Like I didn't watch the
He is the
movie
real
just because of
Batman.
that. I'm like, I don't know Minecraft much, but I'm like, okay, look, there's a limit, and I, I don't want to watch anything that's forcing me to like something, and I'm like, no, 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 I'm not that generation where I can't be forced. It's not gonna work. I'm gonna refuse it right out of the bat, regardless if it's better for me. I
See,
won't
and I think
analyze
that
it
might be
first.
why they're trying so hard now,
Yeah,
especially to
yeah,
destroy the whole family structure, is because
hmm
we are the last generation
yeah,
to know a world without all this incredible
yeah,
crunch. You
exactly.
know, and if we don't have kids and raise those kids with the knowledge we've gained throughout our lives, then the next generation is completely oblivious and ignorant to what's happening, and then they're already in line. They're done. You know,
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what
Oh,
we're
that's
yeah.
what
it.
I do.
Lots of them are. Yeah. The and that's what I'm seeing everywhere. I know more and more and more. Like I'm part of the a group that's Tribe and Train, and it's like I love it because at least everyone in that group has that mentality of moving forward, having kids off grid and living off grid and all that. Like they're going more off grid. The actually the not that far from where Chris lives. Like yeah, that's where I go camping. The yeah, those people live off grid and all that, and they see the difference. Like they know, yeah, the chemtrails and all that. Like yeah, they're always online looking at everything, but at least they can build something for the future of their kids, and their kids will be more happy because of it. And that's the important part. It's like that's most of the thing that we can do is let's say that for me, bon, I wasn't able to find the right woman. The I would love to have kids, but then, oh man,
Tabarnak.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Like, I want to know I would be a good parent. I try to look at most parent out there, and I'm like, man, I'd be just like another sucker out there, trying my best. And it's like, yeah, but my best might not be enough. I want my best to be enough.
Well,
Like,
there's only one way to find out. You got to
yeah,
jump into the pool feet first in one
yeah,
hit.
yeah. Oh
Right?
no, I get
Yep.
that. I get that, and I'm ready for that. Like when it does happen, I'm ready. Like I've been waiting all my life. It's just yeah, the few that I met, yeah, they weren't mother material at all. Like I'm not raising wildebeest. Nope. I'm telling you, it's like to a certain level, the like I just haven't found the right woman, and it's like okay, well, that's the main thing. When my mom passed away, she was asking me that, and I told her straight up, I'm like, look, I'm not saying no. I'm just it just doesn't happen because the environment I lived in, it's like a pool of acid, and I'm not. I'm the anti-acid, so it's
Can you
really
get
hard to
me?
find someone in this. Like I would have to get out of the city first, but then I went to Quebec, and I realized, holy shit, man. What do you mean you're promoting fentanyl and shit? It's like, really? And it's
You
like,
see
yeah,
that?
Yep.
What
like
happened?
people think fentanyl is great now, and it, I'm like, oh, that's something wrong, man.
Well, they
I'm like,
still
you
give
don't
it to
even know what you're
Hurricanes.
talking about. Yeah. Well, yeah, they still at the point where they think methamphetamine is a good thing, and I'm like, are you
Oh
kidding
yeah.
me? You could do so much more money than that, but instead than that, just like I was mentioning to a friend earlier, like in New Brunswick, they send all their seafood to Maine, the state of Maine, to process all the seafood. Meanwhile, Maine takes 95% of that seafood and use it. Then they give 5% back, and I'm like, well, yeah, but that's technically all the seafood for the Canada. That's why we don't have like a seafood that's so expensive because they're sending it there to be processed, and they're like, well, now that it's here, we'll buy it all and at the discount because we processed it. And it's like, okay, well, why do we not have our own process fucking factory in our own country? But
Yeah,
you say
it's
that
it's
now,
like
and oh,
here.
you're a racist. You want to build.
Well, it's like here. So Mark Carmen came off and he said he was going to cut carbon tax, right? Before he said
Slower, buddy.
Lagging.
Yeah, you're going robotic again. Oh. Fuck. Yeah. You're going roboto at this point.
Fuck's sakes.
Damn it.
I give it a minute.
Come on, Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's probably the Wi-Fi.
Something like that. Well, at this point, they really don't like us. We touch
There's too
few
much smoke in
subjects.
the air.
Oh yeah, we touched so many fucking bad subjects. Well, not
I
bad
know.
subjects, but good
I know.
subjects. That, yeah, I think. I'm surprised we're not cut off yet. Straight
Oh,
up.
you know, I'm used to it at this point.
I'm just
Oh, yeah.
wondering if Scott has any other platforms he's on. Are you on Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, Vimeo, Twitch, Twitter, X, whatever it's called? Anything
Chris,
else?
Chris above my head. Yeah, he has Rumble, Facebook.
Yeah, I have Rumble.
He got a couple YouTube accounts. I'm gonna put one in the chat.
Yep.
I got most of what the gentleman just mentioned.
Nice.
I got few of them, not
Well-
all of them, but yeah, I have Twitch and all that. It's just I don't use them. Like
I
I'm on
used to have. I
every
have Twitch too,
platform,
but
I just don't use them. So my account is still the free one. I just don't know if I can bring people in and stuff like that.
yeah. See, I used to use Twitch too, but
But Twitch is for game.
yeah, it's for gaming.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know how to use TikTok, but today everybody on the hill was telling me about TikTok, and I'm like, I don't go on TikTok. I
Yeah,
have it,
But
but I have an
TikTok,
account
you need to have so many subscribers and so many things to go live.
but
And
what
then-
is it for? What's the purpose behind
It's just
TikTok?
another platform. It's just another platform like Facebook and.
I remember when TikTok was just an awful song by Keisha.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's a good one.
Well, I guess you guys missed the UFC yesterday. Wonton didn't win.
I'm back.
Oh,
Ah,
Casey's
there you go.
back.
Now we can hear you.
There you
Yeah,
go.
they
Thanks,
they
bro.
were. It was an Asian fighter that was called Wonton, and the announcer had problems mentioning like it was Wang Tong, but he kept saying Wonton, Wonton, and eventually the other announcer made a joke. He's like, "Dude, she's not the soup name." It was funny because that was Joe Rogan that made the joke. He kept saying Wonton the whole time. He didn't notice that it's Wang Tong.
Wang Dong.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Meanwhile, but it's an Asian lady that fights UFC. So, meanwhile, I don't know if he was trying to make a joke with it or something, but the whole show he was saying Wong Tong, and someone mentioned something about a soup, and right there
Yeah,
he started
wonton
laughing
soup.
and he changed. He probably knew.
By the way, Sir Chris, I am now subscribed to you on mine and my company's YouTube channel.
Perfect. And if you want to put your YouTube channel in here, you can.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
you'll promote yours too, man.
Awesome,
Pleasure
man.
meeting
Thank
you,
you.
brother.
Yeah,
Thank
nice to meet
for
you too.
being here.
Yeah.
Hong
I-
Kong.
I-
Virtual
I can't see
handshakes.
your name. I can't see your name, so.
Aozan.
Oh, okay. It was then. Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Oh, well, AO has been my self-created moniker for
Okay.
my existence since I was 12 years old. I'm 39 now, or 38, 39. I don't know anymore. 38. So, with age comes forgetfulness.
Well, yeah.
And wisdom.
The Matrix still have flaws.
I'm a shining example.
It's not all squares and measurements.
No.
There's a lot more to life than living in a box.
Do you want me to post the link myself, or?
Do
Do
Yeah,
you
Oh
do?
yeah, man.
give us
you have
all
a
links.
wrench?
Yeah,
All
actually,
right.
Pretty
whichever.
sure.
Yep.
Are
Does
you
he have a
modded?
wrench?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh,
Because
I'm modded
without
up.
a wrench, no, he doesn't have a wrench.
Oh,
I do not. But the link is there.
oh, there you go.
I can see
Hey,
the link, but
it's right there.
let's see if I
I'll post the
reload.
company's one here as well in a
Yeah,
minute. Let me
let's see if
grab
I
it.
reload if I see the link.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, the links
Thank
come through.
you.
No, yeah,
Thank you.
the link is not there. Give me a second. Yeah, the link is not there because you don't have a wrench.
Oh,
But
And I'm
now
sorry. I'm
now
so
it is.
sorry. My government's such a corrupt, tyrannical regime. I
Yeah.
wish we. I wish we could have better relations in all aspects of
Yep.
global trade and equality and
Well, yeah,
e-commerce.
we're all North American as far as I know, and
Well,
we're
I'm
all
Right.
talking over
set
word.
on.
I'm talking worldly
Yeah, yeah,
ventures too.
that too,
Like
that too.
like everything here is made in China. Like nothing in China is made in Canada.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. You're
yeah.
right. But it has a price tag from Israel.
No, eh?
And it's assembled by a
Very
Mexican.
weird.
It's assembled by a Mexican
Okay.
and a
Okay.
farm
Let's.
in the Philippines.
Okay. You're not wrong.
Oh, like I say, how many subject can you put into one?
We're
Yes.
Canadians. We're sorry.
Yeah, we're
As a
sorry, we're
stoner,
forgetful, but we know what the fuck we're talking about.
as a
Yeah.
stoner, I can say 3 scoops of ice cream and a burrito.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They think that we don't see them. Meanwhile, they're obvious at this point. They're easy to follow too, and it's like, okay, well, look, that technology is not your friend either.
Well,
It's not
no, they're
your
taking
enemy.
over our jobs. They're killing us off slowly, gently with his song.
How
Killing
many
me softly.
how many
With his
years
With
that they have the
song.
drones? How many years that they have the drone technology, and how many years they've been using it?
I mean, like, okay, you want to talk about that? Lithium ion has been
Yep.
when it first came out in late '90s, early
Hmm.
2000s. That's when it was all the craze and all that stuff.
Yep.
Correct? You know, they had that technology back in the '40s. What do you think
Exactly.
powered all the radio packs during World War II? That same
Exactly.
tech. They just, over the course of the years, they
They shrink it
miniaturized
down.
and made it
Yeah.
more accessible. But it's still, you've seen the videos of people puncturing them, throwing them into sinks, and blowing up. Those are
Hmm.
explosives.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, they
Oh
should
yeah.
not be in our hands. They should not be for
Like
civilians.
i-
But
i-
now they're everywhere.
if
You know,
if they really wanted
pardon me.
in 1934, if they really wanted the a good car and all that, I think the Ford company fucking build one that it was made out of amp. The whole body was made out of amp, and
But
it was
in
Yes.
using
1934,
biodiesel.
in 1934, it was around the time they were ciphering the late Nikola Tesla's
I know.
information and all his direct energy, his free energy. He was being silenced, dude. The
Eh,
Eiffel
eh,
Tower is
Uh,
is a
John,
direct energy. Like we had that stuff
I heard
back in
about
the
that
day.
recently, the Eiffel
he
Tower thing.
he
Yes, and we
was
had
he
that
was silenced,
technology back in the day. We
John.
had sky trains. We had all kinds of crazy things back in the day.
Yeah,
We
Talking
were
about the
more
mud flood
advanced
and
then.
the what
We've
was
been
the
dumbed down.
Carteret Empire, right?
Yeah,
the and
totalitarian.
when you're talking about the people that were following him and all that, well, it's easy. One of them is the president of the United States right now. It's his uncle.
I don't want to. I don't point fingers. The show's
No, no,
not
no,
about
no.
pointing
The
fingers.
Trump's uncle was the one in charge of the national defense at that time,
Yeah,
and
but
the building where
he
Nikola Tesla died was owned by them. So he lived in their building somehow. Whatever they did with, oh, you cut out again, John. This time you froze. But yeah, the whole thing with the thing is the one that ended up with the patents was the Trump family, as far as I seen, and that's one of the reason why Elon Musk got the patent at some point in time. He was friend with the Trump family and all that, and he probably bought the right just for that. But when it goes to any other patent that Tesla owned, I don't think Elon Musk owns those. I
So
think
like
it's
you're
still in the
right.
Trump
It was
family.
John Trump, right? The uncle
Yes.
of
Yes.
Donald Trump.
Exactly.
Yeah, who
Yep.
legally owned a lot of that Tesla research. That's
Yes.
crazy. And then like not to start going off on a tangent here, but the sorry, I have a condition.
That's okay.
Uh, like the you probably have heard the whole thing about the Baron Trump's exciting adventures
Yep.
and all that theory and all
Yep.
that stuff. Like I don't know what's real anymore, man. Like
I
everything's going tits up, and I don't know. But
just like when they told us all the fairy tale and all that, Santa Claus might be real. We don't know, but or
dude, why
Yeti,
not?
the Yeti,
Right?
the Yeti, the Bigfoot, and all
Oh
that.
yes,
It might be
absolutely.
real,
The
but like
cryptids.
I said, we
Well,
don't
didn't they
know.
discover a dragon skull recently or something? Like
It might be.
dragons are supposedly to be actually real. They're
Oh
coming
yeah,
out and
they
saying
are.
that, and
Oh
that's the
yeah.
only zodiac sign. Everything else is real. It's around
And the
today, but the
mermaids.
dragon's not. So that's a little strange, you know.
I'm
So
I'm bringing
and
I'm bringing the dragon back.
yeah,
No, but the dragon actually the dragon always been on the planet. They're called the
Yep.
Komodo dragon, and
well,
they're the
Yes.
creature on Madagascar and all that stuff. The
Mhm.
lizard. That's what but some of them are way bigger than just that, and that's what they call a dragon. And it's like yeah. But just wait when you see one with the wings and all that. Like, do we have any defense against any of that shit? Oops, no. Oh, it eats us. Okay.
what is hello one
Hello,
12 20?
No, I think it's Locesis. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello,
Yeah.
thesis.
Oh, it's
Because he keeps
backwards.
cutting. Yeah, he keeps cutting out.
Oh, no, it's backwards.
Yeah,
I get it.
Keep it there. Keep it there, John.
Oh, there we
There
go.
we go. There we go.
Hello, Cesus.
Yeah,
Who's Cesus?
CSIS is the intelligence services that we have in our country,
Oh,
just
okay.
like your CIA.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're the one that at some point in time called a group of people that made a joke terrorist. Like the guys made a joke and they called them terrorists because they had different ideology than people, and they didn't get that all that was a joke. And it's like, okay, well, they still got called terrorists. I still had to go to court to get it out of my record because I'm not a terrorist, and I won. Go figure why. I'm like, I got nothing on my criminal record for a long, long time. This doesn't fit the profile of a terrorist, and I won under those bases. And it's like, yeah, well, usually terrorists have something to show for, right?
Right.
I
Dude,
terrorized someone. They couldn't show me one person that was terrorized by me.
like I remember calling in to make an order at Domino's, and the guy just wouldn't work with me, and he eventually just told me that I'm on some kind of terrorist blacklist, so he can't let me order a pizza.
What? What the
But then,
fuck?
but then, like a couple days later, I tried to call SafeLight, and they said around about the same thing. So I'm
Huh.
just like, what is going on? You know?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's pretty much the end of that story. But that was weird, you know? Like,
No shit.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Huh. Huh.
That never happened to me.
That's yeah.
I'd be wondering about that one.
yeah, but I haven't done anything, you
Yeah.
know. But like, it's not that I travel. It's not that I really, you know, have a life, unfortunately. But so like, I don't know if I actually am. Can I get on a plane? You know, like I don't do anything to test that out. So to
Yeah,
this
no, I
day, I'm
get
still
that.
like, am I on some kind of list? I might be. I don't know.
Probably
Like,
are.
probably.
Everyone's on a list ever since fucking
Oh.
2020.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
everyone's
I know
on
in
it. We all know
California, I'm
that.
on a lot of lists. So I don't know about federally. At least not anymore. Since
Yeah.
Well,
since
with
the
the
next guy.
Your
with
phones
the
are
few
tracking
subjects,
us.
yeah,
Google
with
and
the
everything.
few
Yeah.
subject that we talked about,
Oh, well,
yeah,
did you
we're on
hear that
something.
the Wi-Fi your routers emit signals and they track you with sound in real time?
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know,
So now, did you know that Nikola Tesla invented the Wi-Fi?
Yep.
wouldn't be surprised.
No, yeah, he invented the technology that to produce Wi-Fi.
I guess I can see how to some people that can be shocking.
Well, again, where does Elon Musk get all his fucking intelligence, right?
Well, Elon
Money.
Musk, like he
Trump.
is just,
No, it's
from what
all.
I hear, Elon Musk has just been a liar, a cheat, and a steal. Like he said that his family was like not the wealthiest or stuff, but his family owned an emerald mine. Like
Okay.
he never made PayPal. He
Yep.
basically Mark Zuckerberg took over PayPal. He never made SpaceX. He never made
Yeah.
um he might have made the Boring Company, but he never made Tesla. Like
No,
everything
yeah, exactly.
everything was already
Yeah.
there, but it was so
There.
small and not known that for
He,
some reason,
he's good at buying out
yeah,
companies that are failing and
mhm,
making them just barely go
yeah.
until he finds massive amount of supporter, and then suddenly he's rich.
Yeah.
And see, I find
Go
it
figure.
funny because like he used government like program, what are they called,
Yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
like because he was in these certain industries like the automotive industry, the
Mhm.
rocket industry, all that stuff. He got these government assisted monies. Like there's a word for it. I don't know what it is. Um, yeah, but um, like he got taxpayer funded boosts,
Oh yeah.
and then he turns and then he has most of his company based off in China and such, and it's just like, so you use our money, you don't even stick here to give us the jobs,
Well, yeah.
like
And
you
you have to
liar.
mention that those company are mostly sweatshop.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah. Well, I
want
mean,
people to know about that. It's like, no, no,
but I
most
mean,
of them are
like,
sweatshop.
and see, here's the thing. I'm not sure if you guys know about Aptera, and
Hmm.
granted, Aptera, like it was designed by aerospace and rocket engineers. It
Yep.
came out in like the early 2000s, so it's been around for a while. And it's a two-person, and it's designed to be hyper aerodynamic and such. And I see Scott might be looking it up. It's a sleek-looking car, but it gets about 360 some odd miles to the charge versus the Tesla. Now, granted, Tesla is a lot less aerodynamic. It's a four-seater, not a two-seater,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But it only gets, what, 30 miles or so to the charge? I'm pretty sure to some degree he's holding the technology back.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Look in the 80s and 90s, like hundreds of different car were coming out with new technology. Like
Awesome,
one was
Toya.
working on hydrogen, the other one was working on the water, the third one was working on like on the old principle that it's on electricity but not the same as a battery, and it generates its own electricity, therefore it doesn't need a battery. And it's like now they use that idea. Like that's what I see a rich guy jumping in
Wait.
building something that, oh yeah, yeah.
That does not look like the Aptera.
Well, the aerodynamic car.
Yeah.
Oh
The
That's Mercedes. That's the
APTERA.
Mercedes Benz. That's the Mercedes Benz.
Oh, okay.
It's Tesla model though.
I saw a blowtorch for welders and all that. It's a blue flame. The thing doesn't even burn the guy, and it's like okay, and he cuts metal with it, but it doesn't burn your hand when you put it under your hand.
Yep.
I saw that. Meanwhile, where is that technology? The guy can't put it off the ground because, like he said, if he does, he gets killed. And it's like, oh shit, okay,
Well,
like
hell, I mean, like, we have planned obsolescence with light bulbs. The Centennial bulb, it's been
yes,
burning for 100 some odd years.
yep,
We had the technology, like they were able to replicate it. And you guys can,
yep,
viewers out there and all that stuff, look it up. Never listen to what I have to say. Just use me as a springboard to advance your own self education, please.
Exactly.
But like they like all these light bulb companies, and this is documented, you can look this
yeah,
up, it
oh
exists
yeah,
out there. They came to a unanimous agreement that they need to create light bulbs that are dumbed down technologically to burn out so they can sell more light bulbs.
yes.
You know,
Just like the
Find out
car,
the lesson.
just like the car. The car used to be too good. You couldn't even dent them at some point in time, and now it's all
bumpers
plastic.
actually worked.
Yep. Oh yeah, cars back in the day used to work perfectly, and we had two models: clutch and no clutch. And It did the job. It did the job. Meanwhile, could we had better? Like people were inventing technology on that stuff, and it's like, yeah, we were creating stuff, and now we're stumbled because yeah, no, nobody should create anything because no, they're stealing
But
our
now because of
Have
the
you seen?
prohibition, now
yeah.
because of the prohibition of the alcohol, the ethanol that we used to make in the moonshine that used to power the cars, which they created the prohibition until they could regulate the alcohol and have an alcohol act. Okay, so now we can't power our cars because of all the knowledge that we learned from the clutch and the automatic to now computers and sensors and everything. Dude, if you put ethanol in your car right now, moonshine, straight moonshine, your car would die
Hmm.
Oh
because
yeah,
they
oh
worked
yeah.
their way
The
away from
metal,
it
yeah,
because they
the
prohibited
metal
it.
is not like the metal manufacturing in China is not the same thing than USA or Canada,
It's the
yeah,
petroleum.
or Germany.
It's the
So
petroleum.
did you know? Did you know Germany produced the best engine on the planet? Meanwhile, where are the companies now? It's like that's what I mean. It's a targeted attack on everything that used to make our society keep going forward perfectly,
Yeah,
and they're
we
changing
can
that.
get into the we can get into vegetable oil. We
Oh,
can get into we can do a whole
oh
bunch of
yeah,
stuff. Cancer causing agents. Have you seen strawberries in Canada compared to the UK?
yeah, oh yeah, and they're way more tastier.
Why are the inside of our strawberries white? They should be red, luscious, juicy, fruitfulness, right?
No,
No.
no.
Oh,
Yeah, I always wondered
depending on
why
where you are.
strawberries were white on the inside so often.
Yeah,
Like,
Have you
it's
guys ever
where they're
seen?
grown.
It's
It's
Have
where
you
they're grown. Some places, like in Quebec, it's more
it's
reddish.
not where they're grown. It's not where they're grown. It's what they're grown with.
Yeah, yeah, that too. Okay.
And the government, the fucking Bill Gates motherfucker is a douchebag, and he should be in jail for crimes against
in
humanity.
Monsanto.
Oh yeah, Monsanto. Yeah, is definitely. Actually,
It's
they
all the
should
same shit.
revive everyone that Monsanto that died. They should revive them just to make them go to trial for crime against humanity.
And we should start growing our shit regularly.
have you guys ever seen a wild strawberry?
Yes,
Yeah, they're
yes,
red
and that's what I
inside and
meant by
out.
No,
red.
no,
Like
yeah, but how big are they?
the one you
Small,
get in Quebec, they're
tiny.
pretty big.
Like
They're pretty big, and
They're
they're
like
all
yeah,
red.
because
They're
we
all
got
red
because
inside.
Quebec's the most fucking chemical induced freaking
No, no, no.
plantation sector in Canada.
The wild berries, the not the wild berries, but
oh
the
strawberries.
wild
Dude,
strawberries,
Alex,
just like
bro, the
wild
wild
garlic.
berries and the wild berries in Quebec are called the Quebecois. Period.
Okay.
There's no wild
No, but
berries.
No, no,
You
not
got
berries.
it.
It's
You got it.
strawberry. Strawberry.
anyways, yeah, the wild
It
strawberries are
yeah.
smaller than a raspberry.
Very small, yeah.
Yeah.
Depending where. That's what I mean. In Quebec, there's a lady that's growing them, and she's getting pretty big one, and they're all red and juicy. Meanwhile, she
I,
grows her own, but they used to be a wild breed. That's where she's getting her thing because she
okay.
doesn't believe in that Monsanto. Just like the wild garlic, she's growing patches of wild garlic for
Yep.
people,
Yep.
and that's the only way we can have stuff like that. Is some people understand that there's something out there that, and most people don't agree with it, and it's like okay, well, some is the food. The to me, it's the fast food like
Oh yeah,
I
well,
can
fast
only
food.
go to a butcher and that's it. The rest of the place I can't go. Just like the lady today. I told her, I'm like, look, it's been at least 3 months I haven't come out for the reason that I can't stand none of those motherfucker out there. And she started laughing because she's like, yeah, no, I get it. I'm like, well, I don't want to have to flip at people. I don't want them. If I have them in my face, I'm gonna flip at them. And sure enough, as I'm walking, I'm like, I came out because I need to buy something and I need to go around and do something. And I realize it's like, okay, well, look, the world has gone to shit compared to what I remember it used to be in the same city that I live in. And it's like 8 years ago, it wasn't like that here. But now it changed totally. It's like, oh, okay, now there's fences everywhere on every street almost because you're expecting
Cameras
protest
everywhere.
and shit. And yeah, they're expecting something. And it's like, oh, okay, but by doing that, you're kind of
A
forcing
whole
it to
bunch of
happen.
Karen.
They're forcing something to happen by caging it, anybody that goes downtown. And it's like, yeah, eventually it's gonna happen for that reason, which is sad because it shouldn't. Like we're saying, we're smarter than that. So one's get the LOC says, the other one's get the chicken. But yeah, no, the like to a certain level, the manipulation that they use on people, just like the word television. It's like it's not just a vision. At this point, it's tell us your plan, and they did tell us their plan.
Yep.
We
Yep.
saw them, we watched them, we grew up with it.
Oh,
Yep. You watch
Hypnotize the
Roadhouse, bro.
population.
Oh yeah,
Roadhouse.
oh yeah. And I watched
hey
the old
Scott,
I
Yep.
watched the old
can you cut the
infection
live?
movies. I watched the old
You know
infection
what?
movies that
Can you
were
stop the
talking
live
about
when they're done
Ebola.
talking?
Yep.
I think so. Yeah, I got end stream on my side.
Okay, so I'm out of here.
You going back?
All
All
right, me
right,
too,
man.
bro.
All right,
Love
have a
you
good night,
guys.
guys.
Have a good
Have a
one,
good one.
Chris.
Well, bye.
Have a good night. Peace out.
Yeah, have a good one.
Cheerio.
Just don't hit the end button.
No, I'm just leaving. Love you guys.
No, he's good. Yeah, he's good now. No, I got the control.
Oh, whoops. I think the other guy thought we were signing off.
He left out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the we usually do few hours, and it's been 3 hours 33 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, it's been a good show.
Yeah, oh yeah, the every show like we try to be like we have many different platforms. Like all my friends that I know that I talk to have shows now, and
Hmm.
it goes from Monday to Saturday and Sunday. But we have this one, so technically we're on all week,
Every week. That's awesome.
depending where and on what platform. And there's a show called the Bigot Show out there. I'm on that too. Just because, yeah, at some point in time they call us the bigot, they call us all the names in the book, and I'm like, well, look, regardless, if we're spitting true to you and you're giving us this, who's right here?
See, like if all they do to what your opinion is but not provide counterpoints, but just ridicule, then they have no platform to stand on.
Exactly. Exactly. But they like to still try to
Yeah.
instigate. And it's like today, the I was on a hill with a few friends, and there's a guy that thinks he's a woman that goes around naked, like fully fucking naked, and
What?
thinks it's okay. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. And he does that because someone 2 days ago someone pictured him and like and then he was inside the McDonald's fully fucking naked
You
sitting
know,
there.
we used to send these people to asylums.
I know
So,
we used to, but now they're refusing to do their job.
well, now if we even suggest that we're bigoted and hateful, and we don't
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we're not identifying them properly, whatever. Like who's the one running around naked?
I know.
So
Meanwhile, that's what it was. Today I saw that person, and it's like, yeah, he passed twice on front of us because he thought it would arouse us and all that.
yikes!
Meanwhile, the only people that looked at it was the ladies, and they went to talk. And oh yeah, it's like, no, 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 that's not a lady, that's an animal. Like like whatever she wants to be called or he wants to be called, it's an animal. Like doesn't have any fucking talk skill at all. Meanwhile,
Yikes!
it's like, well, yeah, look, it's programmation on top of programmation to get to the point where they are, and it's like the the thing had more muscle than anyone I know.
Yikes!
Like it's like looking at Hulk Hogan that pretends to be
Huh.
a woman because his fucking tits are he
Yeah.
calls them tits. It's like,
Before
no,
we sign
no.
out,
Yeah.
do you guys have Discord or anything like that?
Yes, yes, I have Discord.
All right. I guess I'll just post my thing. Like
Okay, yeah,
we can try to like
yeah, yeah,
communicate
yeah,
after shows or
yeah.
whatnot.
I got
So,
many Discord actually, the on different platform, on different subject and all that, because there's
oh,
always a different subject, and there's certain things you can talk with certain people and others you can't, and it's like, okay, well, the I'm open to pretty much every subject. The My friend earlier were telling me earlier, he's like, oh man, I see a Quebecer on the road, I fucking yell at them, and I'm like, okay, yeah, you're allowed, I don't mind. I'm a Quebecer and I still don't mind. It's like I grew up with the mentality that people can do what they want, but they should
yeah.
use common sense before doing it.
I posted Discord
Okay.
in the chat. Oh, please don't broadcast
Oh,
that.
No, no, no. Yeah, the I'm not gonna see that.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's
Oh,
the name. Okay.
just a copy paste so you can send me your friend request.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Perfect.
Scott, what about
oh,
you? Do you got a Discord or anything like that?
no, I don't have Discord. I don't have it
Okay.
yet. I might open up one.
Yeah, that way, like because I mentioned earlier Omni Coalition, like that's like my own content creation community and all that stuff. And I'm not sure if you want to make something like that for yourself, make your own community, so people who follow you can discuss and whatnot outside of the live chat or YouTube comments. So just an idea.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll be making one.
Yeah.
I might have one because I have an Xbox, right? So I think my Xbox with Discord and doing live gaming on that, I think I've already made an account,
Okay.
but that was probably like 5 years ago.
Well, anyway, if you ever get around to it, like,
How do you add some? Oh, invite people. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. They like I say, I'm new at this. I'll
yeah.
find out.
But like, I have a Discord server for Omni Coalition. And I
Okay.
can help you build one if you want. To like.
It's
I
not
don't know if you have like a center base like on Facebook or something for your audience, or if you have any plans on growing like that or whatnot. So. But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to completely derail the conversation. We're probably still on air too.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I'm
so
noticing that I'm trying, just putting your name in doesn't bring me anything. All it's telling me it's
there might be a space before or after.
oh,
Yeah. But anyway, like getting back to that whole that trans guy, he looked like Hulk Hogan.
yep,
Like that's. I mean, they obviously need help. Like like they don't need ridicule. They don't need to be looked down on, but they need
exactly.
something is off. And I'm not trying to attack them. I
No,
just they're clearly not going with the flow. Not that the flow is good or anything. It's just who wanders around naked and thinks that's okay.
exactly.
You know.
Exactly. And that's what the lady that was around earlier,
Yeah.
that's the point she was making. She's like, look, the like to a certain point, there's a certain norm, and it's like, okay, well, look, you can't just
I mean, like there's nudist beaches, there's nudist colonies, there's places to
yeah,
go, but there's kids around. Have some care, have some,
yeah,
you know,
decency.
yeah. Well, I'm trying not to say decency because I'd be like, what are you saying? I'm indecent? No, then that starts a whole argument. No,
Oh,
just
maybe.
have some courtesy for other people who might not want to see that. You know, like
Yeah.
Self-respect.
yeah.
Yeah,
Self-respect.
no, I
And
get that.
Well, they might be fine with their bodies, and that's cool. That is a form of self-respect. But once again, there's places.
Yeah,
at
exactly.
home,
Yeah,
private places, there at home, and just
yeah.
keep things to yourself.
So, Scott, do you want to hit the stop the life? Just
Yeah,
for
man.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, everybody, much loves and freedom and peace. And I'm just gonna end the live here and see you guys in